play some music or something? Sure.
Good morning, everyone. Wake that ass up. Good morning. It's the Beat Break Morning Show. I am Sean Garvey. Hashtag me on all social media. Hashtag Sean Garvey, the architect, or Sean Garvey. You're now rocking with the GOAT. We're all over social media at Beat Break Radio. Starr Keels is on the morning show this morning. Starr, good morning.
Good morning, world. Good morning. I am back, refreshed, looking sexy. You know how we do.
The background looking sexy. The voice is sexy as always.
Thank you.
Yep. You just came back from out of town again. You go on vacation like every week. I wish I could be like you.
I just like to travel, but yeah, I came back. Actually, this one was, my daughter had competition, so I was in mommy mode.
Okay.
Besides,
Nothing wrong with that. You
Yeah.
stay in mommy mode all the time.
100%. You know, like I'm like a super mom.
Nice.
So you're-
Okay. And you was on our New Year's or the day before New Year's Eve show on WLK with us. So that was the first and last time I saw you.
I know that was lit though.
Before the year
That was
ended.
epic. Like we turned that show out. We took over. Beat Break Morning Show in the building. We took over.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we had to do it right. We had to do it right on our station down here in Atlanta, 1380 WLK, man. We had such a great time. Shout out to Michelle Dawes-Bird, Sharia Thomas, myself. DJ Rollum is absent tonight or this morning. He is in Bmore. Speaking of out of town, he is in Bmore, Baltimore, that is. Baltimore, Maryland. So it's just me for the first hour. I'm the only guy on the first hour of the show.
Oh, that should be exciting, Sean. You should like that.
Yeah.
I mean, of course. I mean, it's not the first and won't be the last. We did have like a male takeover show a few times. Why are you smiling like that, Starr? Why you? I would like to know, if I was a psychic, I would like to know what is in your head right now. I know it is. You're thinking about who the special guest is going to be coming up in the second hour of the program.
Yeah, the special guest is thinking about me.
All right. Okay,
right.
we shall see. We're gonna ask him when he comes on. We're gonna ask him, hey, did you think about Starr this morning? We'll ask him. We'll put him in the hot seat.
But we know he thought about us, Starr, somewhere, huh?
Right.
That's right.
By the way, that's Wanda Davis, ladies and gentlemen. Wanda Davis, our other guest on the morning show this morning. And you go by the name of Blase.
Blase is my comedian name. I'm a comedian outside of me being Wanda Davis.
Oh, yeah. Well, good morning. Welcome to the Beat Break Morning Show. Happy 2023. First and foremost, How are you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. Good year starting off. I'm blessed. I'm breathing, so I can't complain. Yeah, got a lot of good stuff happening to me at the beginning of this year. So yeah, I'm blessed.
Okay. And it's great to see and hear from my fellow comedian. I not only come from the radio world and the poetry world, but I also come from the comedy world. I know a lot of comedians. You know a lot of comedians, and how you got any plans for what you are going to bring to the comedy scene in 2023?
Well, my plan is no later than June or July to have my own comedy club. I'm working on that right now. So I'm trying to have my own comedy because I bring comedy to everybody else's club and make them money. So it's time for me to make all the money myself. So that's the plan. Okay. To have my own comedy lounge called Blase Lounge by June or July.
All right, that's the move right there.
Where is it going to be? I want to know.
Well, I've been looking at a lot of places on the south side because this is where I stay at. I know a lot of people over there, or more downtown area, like in Peter Street. I looked at a place over there by Peter, off of Peter Street last week. So if everything fall through, I'm gonna be going in there and then rebuilding it out, and hopefully that God bless me, which I know I am gonna be blessed, which I already know I'm gonna have it. So I'm not gonna speak to the manifesting. It's already gonna be happening. So
Yes, titties.
yeah.
I mean, yes.
That's what I love about, you know what? That's what I love about Atlanta, because people manifest things all the time and they put it to existence and it happens.
Yeah.
It definitely happens. I love it. I love it. Well, ladies, we got a great show this morning. We're going to talk about all things considered dating, especially coming days after me and Wanda Davis. We did a show together with a few other people. We do this segment on my mental space show on WLK 1380 here in Atlanta called Behind the Dating Scene. And it's in conjunction with the mental space that I do Wednesday nights from 7 to 9 p.m., which talks about all things considered mental health. And we had a lot of people, Wanda. We had a lot of people in the studio giving their 2 cents on what they think the do's and the don'ts are as it relates to dating in 2023. So we're going to talk about all things considered, just the dating scene, period. The struggle is still real. And it hasn't even been a year yet. We're only a few days into 2023. Say that again?
I just came off a date before this show, so yeah.
I can tell. I see them titties out.
Oh wait! Let me.
That must have been a good day, girl. You had a great day.
Let me cover that up. Let me cover it up. I'm clean.
What? Wait a minute. Something tells me this. Something tells me that it has been more than just a date.
Oh no! It was just a friend of mine. I network everywhere I go, so it was just a friend. He invited me out to take me out to eat, and I went.
Okay.
That's it.
It was just a friend.
It wasn't nothing else to it, Shine.
They say you're just a friend.
I bet
you're just a friend.
I bet he let her order whatever she want with that shirt on, baby.
And I did. You
sure did, honey. You better.
You can have whatever you like.
It had nothing to do with this, because I ain't even got no chance, so they even got this. It's that personality to get them all the time, baby.
Oh, baby, that's the number one, and then you add that extra accessory right there, baby. For me.
Oh Lord, too much, man. All I can say tonight's keywords tonight. Too hot to handle. Oh. Those are the key words tonight. Too hot to handle.
That's what it is.
That's what it is tonight.
This morning. How y'all been? How everybody else's day been?
It's been good. It's been good. It's been good. Before we go to our other guests, I will say that I had such a great weekend. I had an opportunity to connect with a family member of mine for the very first time on my dad's side of the family. A person who I have never seen in my natural born years of being on this earth. And she happens to be my cousin. So she's like a second cousin to me from my dad. And we just had a great time. I wish we could have spent more hours talking because I have so much questions to ask. But just to get to see her for the first time, and she doesn't even live that far away from me. She lives maybe like about 30, 40 minutes or so from me. Wow. Yeah. You ever have those family members that you have never ever seen and you find out later on that they live 5 minutes away from you?
Yeah. Well, no. All my people is back in Chicago, so no.
I'm like, oh, yeah, y'all stay your asses up. Stay your asses up there. I'm good where I'm at. Yeah. So
did you have a good time talking to her? Did y'all really connect and have a good time talking and get to know each other?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. So I got some more questions. I'm on my family ancestry journey, which is going to take about a year. And just in the process of putting together my own family tree.
I love it. It took me about 10 years to put together mine.
Oh, wow.
Right. Sometimes it takes 10
deep.
years, sometimes it takes 20 years, you know. So I'm doing my own finding my own roots thing. I'm on my Henry Louis Gates right now.
Okay, keep it going.
Finding my own. All I'm hoping though is that I don't find out that anybody that's in my family tree, I'm hoping that I did not have sex with that person. That's all I'm hoping for.
Yeah, that'd be kind of a downer, especially if it wasn't good.
Well, especially if it was good. Ew.
Yeah, I think it was.
That's even,
You know, I came across some women, some, not a whole lot, some women where you just kind of look at them, you be like, were we related? But you just put that in the back of your mind, just like, you know what, F it, right? Let's just get it in, hoping to God that we're not related. But you know, it is what it is.
Yeah. Some people just don't care either. So I mean, I met a couple that are actually related, and they've been together for like 10 years.
You heard what Kevin Gates said. He was dating his cousin all them years, and he knew it. So
wow.
He said he knew.
He knew. He found out it was his cousin. He kept dating her. Yeah.
Ooh.
Wow.
Y'all ain't seen that all over the internet? Oh, okay.
I didn't see that, but you know, I stopped listening to. There's a point where I just stopped listening to Kevin Gates. You know, matter of fact, I just stopped listening to people that got a lot of tattoos on their faces.
Oh,
you
okay.
Know, just
you don't like me either.
Yeah, but that's what it is. We got a special guest, ladies. We got our first special guest in the studio on the Beat Break Morning Show, the author of Pimpette Chronicles. I hope I said that right. Pimpette. Did I say it right? Pimpette?
Absolutely did. Yes.
Okay. Pimpette Chronicles. I'm actually looking at it right now, and I definitely gotta read the book just to give people a little bit behind what the book is. It's, from what I see here, is a modern Black woman's guide to dating safely and navigating these mean streets.
Absolutely.
All right. So let's get into it. Let the people know who we got on the Beat Break Morning Show this morning.
Okay. Hey, everyone. My name is Tinisha Brugnone. And
Tinisha.
Yes, right. I am a filmmaker and new author from Detroit, Michigan.
That's what's up.
And yeah, so yeah, I wrote a book. I jumped back into the dating scene a couple of years ago, and I noticed, you know, that things had drastically changed. I was in a relationship for like 6 years. And so, you know, after COVID hit, I noticed that there were a lot of like really bad dating stories, and what I call people are dating for destruction now. That's what I look at it as. And so we have a lot of a really toxic dating culture. And so I wanted to try to just combat that a little bit. And so I just put together, you know, a guide for women to be able to move in power instead of desperation. So that was my inspiration for the book.
You know, we always find something in our experience to get us to write about something, you know, especially me being a poet. I go through different experiences every single day, right? And I'm always motivated to jot things down from what I experience. And lately, it's been the dating scene. It's either been dating or relationships. Like, why do you all keep giving me content, stuff to write about in the streets? It's been real. So, you know, so COVID, so to you, COVID as well, because I hear the same thing. So COVID has really been a game changer to you when it came to dating and relationships.
Absolutely. I feel that personally, I have not had really bad experiences, but I observe people and I hear a lot of stories. And, you know, I feel like a lot of the younger women, so this is the thing, like everything is just kind of off balance right now from what I can tell. You know, we have women who are moving the way that men moved 10 years ago, which is not necessarily a bad thing. And, you know, then we have men who are, I feel like the men are kind of behind. And so they're expecting women to kind of move like, you know, they used to move, or, you know, and it's just not balancing out. So it's like, I feel like the brothers got to kind of catch up. But at the same time, I feel like women, because we are women, we have to move in a way that is safe for us. One of the things that I learned while I was writing this book is that Black women are 3 times more likely to be murdered than any other group in the United States. And so to me, that was very concerning. And I noticed that, you know, a lot of us were making, just kind of moving willy-nilly. I feel like online dating has really messed things up. You know, we always hear something where someone went on a date with someone they didn't know, and then we hear these really tragic stories. But everyone is looking for love, but not everyone is looking to be safe. So my focus on the book is, you know, let's kind of put love on the back burner, and let's not get involved with people that are not safe. Let's kind of, you know, be proactive instead of reactive. It's really easy to get into a bad situation, but it's not as easy to get out of it.
Okay, so I got 2 questions, and maybe, and you know, because I'm the only guy right now that's on the morning show, got a little pushback, but we're having a conversation. So I want to go back to something you said about the men they need to catch up. And for our male listeners, male listeners, and for our male viewers, expound on that. What is it that they need to catch up on?
I think, and I live in the Midwest, you know, I live in a different part, you guys are Southern, but from what I'm seeing in my community, men are really having, and not even just in my community, online, they're having a hard time grasping the fact that sometimes women are dating more than one person, you know, whereas before, men always had the luxury of dating whoever they want, picking and choosing. Whereas now women also have that luxury. Before, and I'm just gonna be honest about it, you know, guys didn't necessarily have to be le creme of la creme, you know, for in terms of you had a job, you know, blah, 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 that was good enough. Now women want a nice package. We want you to also have a job. You know, there's the criteria, the standards have been raised. And so a lot of men are not happy about that. I'm not going to say all men, because there are always exceptions to the rules. You know, we all know when we see this really fine, beautiful woman, and then she got this just, you know, not so physically attractive guy. And we were like, dang, how you get it? Because he had all, you know, he didn't have to do as much as they do now. So guys, now it's like, oh no, if I'm working out all the time, you got to work out too, you know. And then it's like, you want 50-50. Okay, well, if I'm doing 50-50, then, you know, you got to do XYZ too. But they're still playing from their granddaddies and their uncles' player book. And that ain't working out, you know. So we had this conflict. So that's what I mean when I say men have to catch up. They have not. We live in a patriarchal society. Let's just acknowledge that, you know, first off. So when you have that, and you have a lot of misogyny, you have to understand that now women are paying their own bills. You know, we don't necessarily have to depend on men to feed us. You know, women are even opting to have children without men. You know, they can go get artificially stimulated. This is the reality of the world we live in. But if you're still playing from that old player book, you confused. You like, you know, what's the problem? You know, we got a lot of men that's angry out here. So that's what I mean when I say that men need to catch up. That's some of what I mean. Which is a lot.
Starr, you want to chime in?
I just want to say I absolutely love what she said, because it's so real and so true. I have noticed just within dating that I remember when I first got back on the scene, I think I was dating like 5 guys at the same time. And I told myself I committed to being truthful and transparent while I was dating. And so I would tell him, hey, you're not the only one I'm dating multiple men in the hopes of finding, you know, one that I want to be with. But in the meantime, I'm going to date you and then these other 4 guys as well. Take it or leave it. And surprisingly, they took it. but they weren't welcoming with it. It was more of, I'm taking it so I can compete to get you, because of course men are very competitive, and they didn't necessarily welcome it mentally. You know, it wasn't something that they felt comfortable with. And you could always hear the conversations like, oh, did you go out on a date yesterday? Or, you know, trying to get into my business, when it was more so about the fact that you were just uncomfortable with me being comfortable enough in my skin and confident enough to date like I'm dating and handle myself in that realm. And also, I think one thing that I didn't hear her say, but I know she probably is thinking it, women can handle juggling men, I think, a little bit better than men can handle juggling women. So for me, I, you know, had everything scheduled and lined up the way I wanted it, according to my schedule, and it worked for me. And I wasn't, you know, under any stress or pressure until I had to choose. But in the dating, you know, look, I only dated on Fridays and sometimes Tuesdays. And if I wasn't available, then you would have to wait until next week. So certain things kind of like, you know, we use our same techniques in our real life, like we're paying bills and schedules. I used it in the dating scene and I had, you know, a great time doing it. But to say the least, I agree with her, because y'all men don't know how to handle, now that we're in the area of the era of Aquarius and women are shining right now. We are glowing and we're coming into our power and embracing ourselves as women unapologetically. And I just love it. I live in it.
Yes, absolutely. And that's the key word, power. You know, power, having power over your own body and your own life is a game changer. You know, which is why they tried to, you know, push back with the birth control and, you know, honestly, abortion, you know, because women, not only Black women, we have entirely too much power over parts of our bodies and ourselves that we didn't have before. And that has really changed things.
Okay, now Wanda, I want to make sure I get you in. Wanda, you want to add anything or something else to the conversation before I come behind you?
Yeah, I like that.
Before I come behind you.
Before I come behind you?
Oh, right, okay. I definitely agree with everything the ladies were saying. Women are coming into power. We're not accepting the same things we did 10, 15 years ago. You know, 10, 15 years ago, you'd be like, okay, a guy take you on a date and, you know, you'd be like, okay, I'm so happy he is. But now we take our own self out. We'll be happy in our own skin. You know, once you start loving yourself, we have to start loving ourselves, because a lot of times we were just so insecure, like, okay, he mad at me. I don't know what to do. But now we'll go on a date with somebody else to put a smile on our face. I know I do. I don't settle for nothing. You know, so I definitely agree. Women are definitely forming our own power. We're just not settling like we did before. You know, a lot of women settle, you know, say, I'm not settling for nothing. So when the day they come, when I'm like, okay, you know what, this is the guy I want to be with, but I will definitely date. I will go out, and in the business I'm in, I'm networking right now. I want to get to a certain point where that man that I meet, that I want to be able to, like, you know what, I see that potential in you. And you know what, I got your back. That's all we want. We want somebody to have our back.
So, right. You know, what's interesting about that is that when you're operating from that sense of, you know, you're firmly standing in your power. You like, I got your back. A lot of guys don't necessarily like that. Like they want to be able to be the one to build you up. And so I find it challenging for me personally. And again, I personally, I don't date a whole lot. I'm very selective with who I date, because I don't like to waste time. And so it's like, even still, you know, I'm really, like you're saying, hey, I'm doing this, that, and the other, blah, blah, blah. If you fit in, get in. Some men will go through all that and then be like, dang, am I the B? You know, I've had guys say that they felt like they was the B in the relationship, and I'm treating them with the utmost respect. And I'm just being myself, you know, but because I may have a little more power, you know, Detroit creative community is very small. I was dating a guy who was a quote unquote actor or whatever. And, you know, I call them local celebrities. You know, I ain't gonna hold you up. So we got a lot of local celebrities. I'm one of them little local celebrities or whatever, but I don't even feed into that bull because it's just bull. And so in any event, he felt very uncomfortable when we went out and people knew me, you know, and it was always like this, oh, you know, I'm getting attention because you know, everybody cool with T. You know, I'm like, hey, you know, I know everybody, so whatever. But he would get uncomfortable, and I thought we was playing. Next thing I know, it was a challenge. Like, oh, I know, you know, I'm the prize. What, sir? What?
Wow.
You know, he literally said that. I thought we was joking, but he was serious.
Wow,
So
he
you know,
was
that is one of the drawbacks that, or the pullbacks that I'm personally running into. So I'm like, I need a Stedman, y'all. I need a Stedman. Stedman let Oprah do her thing and shut the hell up.
And don't say a word.
Well, damn.
I'm just saying. Did he not? Did I? Oh, I'm sorry. I can't say it.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
That's what I need. Like, I need a man that is willing to let me shine and just, you know, do your thing. He's very successful. Don't get it wrong. He is very successful, but that was not his area of expertise. And he was wise enough to know that and support her and love her in a way that let her blossom. You know, some men will take that type of shine and hinder it, and it's sad. I'm gonna be quiet now because I be saying stuff. I'm gonna let y'all talk.
Yeah, do you men are intimidated by strong women?
Wait, Wanda. I gotta get in real quick. I gotta get in. Okay, so I hear these conversations on a regular from women, of course. And I can only talk about my experience because everybody's realities are different. Absolutely. So coming up in the 90s, I'm an 80s baby, but I'm a 90s kid. And of course, the dating was not like the dating that it is now. And in the 90s coming up, you know, as a kid, growing up in a single parent household with my mom, I was not taught the fundamentals of how to court a woman or how to treat a woman. I had to learn all that on my own growing up. And I also come from a family where everybody except my mom was married. So the dynamic is this. From the community that I come from, you know, even though a lot of my peers and people in my family were married, we also had players. We had dudes that play on women, this, that, and the other. Feelings got hurt. You know the whole story, right? And I never wanted to be a part of that world of being a player or being a pimp until I befriended an ex-homie of mine. I say ex-homie for a reason because me and him, we no longer are in communication ties with each other anymore. But I was influenced by the whole player lifestyle through him. And then that's when I started finding myself to go from one woman to the next, to the next, to the next, because I thought at that time that was the norm through him and through guys like him. But I was raised in a household, like I said, I was not taught how to court a woman, how to treat a woman, X, Y, and Z. I would just only go by my outside influences, right? And so as I got older and I started going, you know, started seriously dating and getting into serious relationships, I did not know how to handle certain things that came up in a relationship. Because I'm going into these relationships thinking that everything is going to be fine. Everything is going to be fine and stuff like that. Every day is going to be perfect. But no, you know, every day is not going to be perfect. And it's just certain things that you have to work on as a partner, as a boyfriend, as a girlfriend, right? You know, and so I say all that to say that for guys like myself, we have to, I don't want to say we have to, but we make mistakes to learn. we call them teachable moments, because you won't learn unless you make a mistake, especially if you're not taught, right? And so I see. Well, here's the thing, and I'm trying to articulate it the best way I know how. We can get into the cause and effects all day on why the dating scene is the way that it is right now, and the Black community is the way that it is to this day, and why, gender are doing better than this type of gender and stuff. We can have conversations from the government involvement in public housing back in the day. We can have that conversation. We can have that conversation from Willie Lynch. We can have that conversation from, the women movement, liberation. We can have all those type of conversations that happen in different eras. What I want to, I want to get an understanding on how we as a collective, as a community, can get this right in 2023. Because I look at content every day on YouTube, men versus women. Women are not doing this, men are not doing that, right? But the problem is that we could end up getting, but we're already there, in my observation, that we are feeding into the whole divide and conquer by, the not getting to the solution, or getting to the solutions on how we can fix what's been happening for the past 10, 15 years. Because if we continue to move forward with this divide between the Black man and the Black woman, there won't be no more communities. Okay. There won't be more nations. There was a quote that Minister Louis Farrakhan said at the Million Man March a long time ago. And he said that without strong families, without strong Black families, you don't have a community. Without a community, you don't have a strong nation. So here's my question, and to you, Tinisha, here's my question. Like, with the conversations that we tend to have about this, right? What are the men that you and some other women tend to seek that could be, I guess you could say, the issues surrounding why we have these problems in the dating scene? Like, what type of men are women going after?
This is how I feel about this, Sean, and this is
Okay.
the key. First of all, I agree with everything you said. I think that everything starts with self, and if you start with self, then you don't have to worry about even dealing with those toxic characters that are in the community. And so everything in my books, it first starts off with inner work. For me, I have come to the understanding that I have to date someone. And again, I speak for self. There is no right way to date. There is no right way to do anything. You have to have a very clear understanding of yourself, your needs, your desires. All those things are very important. And unfortunately, we often look to other people to define what we need in a mate and a relationship. We look into our parents. We're looking to, like you were saying, the old school guy. Thank God that group is dying out, because they taught a lot of toxic things. And even, some of the women, let's just be honest about it. But the men, for the most part, they taught younger men to look at women as prey. What do they say? Men was confident and feeling good about that. Oh, I'm looking at her like she a prey. I'm a hunter. So what does the hunter do when they get their prey? They devour it. They discard of it. And so that has been our culture for so long that, now we have to figure out how to fix that. And everything comes with self, and everything begins with the family. And that's why I say dating is so important. We have all these other issues. We have violence, we have domestic abuse. But if you start off with the dating leads to everything. It leads to you choosing that partner. It leads to you having, that baby mama or husband, hopefully, whatever you believe in, that's where it believes in. It leads to, rather. So for me, I highly recommend counseling. We are a very traumatized group of people. Okay, we were coming out of slavery. We had all these toxic things that we learned from massa, which we kind of touched on, but we're not going to go into that because we don't want to play the blame game. We have all these issues that have never been dealt with for 400 years. So when you have all these layers and layers of toxicity on top of each other, you have to basically strip it down. So with me, I've been stripping down some of the things that I learned from my mother. I grew up in a family that I did not see a loving household. I saw arguing, I saw fighting, So when I grew up, I right away said, oh, my kids never gonna see me arguing and fighting with a dude, and they never have. They've never seen me sitting around crying over a dude. They've never seen me fighting with a dude. Those are the things that unfortunately shape our perspectives on mates, and it carries into our adulthood, into our relationships. And so I feel a lot of us really, really, really need to concentrate on inner work more so. Like right now, after the last dude I kicked it with, we lasted 6 months. I was like, okay, I need therapy. I'm like, I'm taking the winter off. And I don't date right now. My friends, how are you gonna write a dating book? I've been dating since I was 16 years old. I'm 47 years old. I've seen plenty of relationships. I have lots of experience. So I can afford to take time off to concentrate on me, because I don't want to bring that drama to somebody else. Because obviously, there was something going on that allowed me to even be in that situation in the first place. It wasn't bad. I got out quickly. I'm not going to go into details, but there were some things that I did not like that I allowed to happen. And so I don't want to go, oh, all men is dogs, or they, girl, because I hear that, and I know that's not true, but we're not all compatible. We need to concentrate and spend our times with people who are compatible and share the same beliefs as we do.
I want to, if you don't mind, Tinisha, I want to just circle back to the question I just proposed to you regarding, and I appreciate you for saying that. By the way, once again, I want to repeat that I do a mental health show on Wednesday nights on WLK on Mental Space. And I forgot to leave that out when I was making my assessment just a few moments ago. Mental health issues, mental health challenges is real, especially in our community. I'm always encouraging people to go and get therapy, but that's another nuance in our community that takes a very vital role in our relationships and how we go about dating. Right. But back to the original question about what kind of men either you or women like yourself that are going after, because here's the reason why I asked this question. So I take it back to my childhood. I take it back to high school. Mm-hmm. We had this thing called the big man on campus. Mm-hmm. And more than likely it's the tall guy, the 6'1" guy that a lot of the young girls back in the day, back in grade school, go after, right? So, with me, I was part of the cool crowd. Mm-hmm. I was part of the cool crew. I wasn't in the in crowd, but I wasn't nerdy or anything. I was just like part of the cool people that I was with, right? But I noticed that a lot of the girls back then were going towards the 6-foot guy, the tall guy that had what he considered as his main squeeze. Back in the day, we used the term called, hey, that's my main squeeze. You know what I'm saying? But I learned later on that term was used for a reason, because the 6-foot guy, the all-American athlete, the big man on campus, he would go and holler at this woman, that woman, that woman. He would get with all these other women, girls at the time, girls in high school, while he was with his quote unquote his main squeeze. Right. And so, with me, I mean, don't get it wrong, like, with my good looking eyes and everything, like I had crushes. You know what I'm saying? I had crushes and everything, but I didn't have it like that back in the day. And I always felt like I was one of the people that got overlooked because I'm what people could say as a good guy, soft-spoken and what have you, but I always get overlooked by the tall guy that did wrong to other women while he was with this one girl. So, and so it seems like that's still happening in adulthood to this very day, where many of us are not in high school anymore. And it seems like we are repeating history all over again. So, does that play a role, like the looks and the 6 foot? Because I hear it all the time. Like, he got to be 6'1", You got to have this, boom, boom, boom. But you may not be able to handle what all comes with that. So that's my question. Like, are those the type of guys that women like you are like them seeking?
So for me, okay, so let's be clear.
Okay.
What you're describing is a girl. Okay. So girls look for stuff like that. I am a very mature, seasoned woman. I like to say I'm seasoned like a good old piece of fried chicken, you know.
Gotcha.
So I don't look for stuff like that. I actually talk about that in my book, you know, women being realistic and what is important to them. So since we're talking about me, I will tell you what is important to me. Number one is character is important to me. And character to me is defined by how you treat me behind closed doors, not necessarily how you treat me in front of people. There are men who have mastered the deception of treating their woman or their potential woman nicely in front of people, opening the doors, taking you out and that, but then they are a-hole behind closed doors. You know, I done ran into them dudes, you know. So to me, it's character. I actually have an application that dudes fill out to date me. That's how serious I am about not wasting time. Okay. So if we can have a day, if we gonna go on match.com, no, this is strictly for Tinisha. If you want to talk to Tinisha, you come to me, fill out this application, and then we could talk. Okay, so another criteria that I have is emotionally balanced, you know, emotional maturity. You know, one thing that really I realized was really important when I got back into the dating scene, I lost a family member. Okay, so I lost my brother. The ability to have someone in your corner that you can, when you're at your lowest moment, that's going to bring you up. That is vital to us as human beings. We need that person. And, you know, that's why I'm like, you know, a lot of people, I don't even know. You really do kind of need that person. And so that's very important to me. Is this person emotionally mature? You know, do they have my best interests at heart? Are they going to sit up here and want me to just, because there's more than one version of me. Can I be the wretched version of Tinisha behind closed door? You're not going to judge me, or in the professional, or are you going to want me to always wear this mask and be the professional Tinisha? Because, you know, sometimes I like to cuss, I like to drink a little bit, you know, I might twerk behind, I'm not very good at it. You know, are you going to accept all those things? So those are some of the things that are important to me. And I do require that the guy that I date eat healthy, because, and I talk about that, because health is wealth. You know, I don't want to get older and have to change your diaper unless something tragic happens. You know, then I'm there for you. But let's both take care of our bodies and ourselves so that we don't have to hopefully worry about that. Of course, things happen and I'm going to be there. But those are some of the things that I look for. And I could go on and on because I have a very detailed list of what I'm looking for.
And it's in the book. It's in the book.
It's in the book. It makes women think about it. It's not mine, but I give them examples. But I have women list everything that they're looking for, and I give them reasons why these things are important.
I mean,
Wanda, you want to say something?
Yeah, you said something, which it was just funny because we were just talking about this on the radio station, about the height wise. I feel like every woman has to have an expectation, because I'm 5'7", and with heels I'm every bit of 6 feet. Right. I don't want no 5'5", no 5'4", no 5'3". I don't want to date them. I already know that I'm not going to be attracted to them. I know that I'm going to end up cracking a joke, you know, with me being my, you know what I'm saying? My personality, I'm like, what am I supposed to do with this short dude? This dude up to my chest, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, if I'm breastfeeding you or what? So it's like, you have to have some expectation, because I do not want no short. And you know what? Somebody just told me I might have missed out on my husband to that. But no, I have not missed out on my husband, because guess what? If you 5'5", I don't care how much money you got, somewhere down the line, I'm gonna have a problem with it. So I'd rather go for what I want. Right. You know, and just like when a man see a woman, every man right now, they all into the butts. Oh, they want a girl that got a butt. They gotta have a butt. They gotta have a butt. As soon as you see a woman, they can be dumber than dumb, but as long as they got a butt, they all good. Oh, she thick, she all. But guess what? That's not gonna go coincide with nothing either. But you gotta have your expectations somewhere, especially if you know there's somebody I can be with myself, seeing myself with for a long time. That's just
That is very true. I agree. And I do. Okay, so if we're talking physical, yes, I do. They just got to be taller than me. I'm only 5'4". That's not much to ask for. You know, I just you just got to be taller than me. That's how I feel, because I actually like guys that are not as tall as, you know, that y'all can keep them, you know.
Yeah.
So.
I do what y'all out. So I'm like, okay, I missed out on what? I mean,
well, my only thing is this. You have a right to preferences. Everybody have preferences. I personally don't have a height preference. I have a weight preference, but I don't have a height preference because I date them all. I've dated short women. I dated women my height. I'm between 5'9", 5'10". I consider 5'10". I'm 5'10". And I've dated women that were taller than me, 5'11", 6'1". So I personally don't have a height preference. I do have a weight preference. I'm a slim guy, you know, short guy. So it's hard for me to pick up somebody when I know in reality she's going to end up picking up me. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time,
Yeah, if we were to
hey, listen,
I
love my thick women. Y'all do y'all thing. Shout out to the thick women out there. But no, what I'm saying is that if you have expectations, many people do have expectations and preferences and requirements. My whole thing is, can you handle whatever comes with it? So like, even for the guys, like you said, Tinisha, there's guys, and you, Wanda, you know, there's guys that like women with big butts. They like women with big butts, big boobs, long eyelashes, all that stuff. They're guys that like the Cardi B, they like the Megan Thee Stallion, they like the Rihanna looking women out there. But there was a song back in the day from Belle Biv DeVoe, you know, Poison, and there was one line that said that never trust a woman with a big butt and a smile. And that was the reason why, you know, the one of the members said that in the song. So fast forward,
crazy.
So I mean, but at the same time, you get what you ask for, though. You get what you ask for, though, because at the end of the day, some person you get with comes with something. They're gonna come with some flaw. They're gonna come with something, no matter what. They're gonna come with something, and you gotta be able to handle it, because that's what you, like my grandmother said back in the day, you're gonna get what you're gonna get. You're gonna get what you're gonna get. You're gonna get what you asked for. So that's what I'm saying. So let's put a bookmark in this, because we got a very special guest.
No bookmark now.
You kind of switched it up.
We got a guy.
No.
The man.
You're talking about preferences and
No.
We're
talking about let's put a bookmark in it. We can't put no bookmark in it.
Right, let me get the instrumental real quick. Ladies, look here. We once again, for those who are just tuning into the Beat Break Morning Show, the key words tonight are, what did I say? Too hot to handle. Too hot to handle. You might want to turn on your ceiling fan, Starr. We got our special guest on the line who's also representing for the man. You catch him on season 4 of Netflix hit reality series Too Hot to Handle. Y'all give it up for James Pendergrass. Woo! James, sorry, get yourself off mute, man, because the ladies want to hear you. The ladies got to hear you. They already see you, but they got to hear you.
I see him.
Hello. How's everybody doing today?
Hey, good, man. You don't walked into something.
I see that, no bookmark, so I'm ready for the conversation now. What's going on?
Yeah, we got a guy. We got a guy on, ladies. First of all, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule. I know you've been even much more busier after season 4 of Too Hot to Handle. We're gonna get into that. But we started the show off, James, with a conversation on the dating scene today and where we at. And our other special guest, Tinisha, she's the author of her latest book entitled Pimpette Chronicles. So I want to go back to you, Tinisha, because, of course, we just got James coming in. And let's quarterback on your assessment on things, especially the part where you said men need to catch up in today's dating world when it comes to approaching a woman or getting to where she is at. She's at a new level, you know, she's getting the bag, this, that, and the third. And guys are angry out here. They're mad.
Yeah, I as we, said, I was just saying basically that a lot of guys, not all men, a lot of men are, they're accustomed to it being a lot easier than it is now. And so, like, for instance, women, because we do make our own money, we do, keep ourselves up. Now we require men who do the same, like keep themselves up, and, emotional maturity is important. All these things that were not important to our, parents or grandparents. Granddaddy could very well have a whole family across the on the other side of the fence, which is a true story. And grandma didn't have to do nothing about it because, granddaddy was paying all the bills. But when you remove the fact that women are not dependent on men like they used to be financially, it's a game changer. When you add birth control, into the equation, where women can pick and choose and be wise about who they create with, it's a game changer. And so a lot of men are not comfortable with that. Now, what I will say is that personally, I'm finding that men who are, I would say, some of the younger guys, 30 and under, they're adapting, they're kind of evolving a lot better. But then we have the incels who didn't socialize a lot, who stayed on video games, and that's a whole nother can of worms. Them dudes totally lost. And so, we have that to deal with. But the ones who are aware of, maturity and want to grow, like I have daughters who are, in their 20s, they graduated college, both of them. And they require men who are, emotionally balanced, they have healthy conversations, all these things that we didn't have to do, that men didn't have to do back in the day. So that is what I'm talking about when I say men have to catch up. And some of the ones who, I feel sorry for the dudes who have the culture of moving in with their chick. Man, we got a lot of hobosexuals out here. These hobos is homeless. Like, they made a life of moving from one girl to the other, and now you 40 and you just lost because nobody wants to move in, let you move in.
Oh God. That's
okay, we got to get James to comment on that. So James, you just soaked up everything that Tinisha just said thus far. I want to get your argument, your pushback, feedback, agree, disagree. Let's say you.
I would say I agree to a certain extent. I would say the dating game has evolved in ways that nobody could have seen coming. Mm-hmm. In a sense of the playing field is leveled across the entire board. And I want to say something that's made it extremely accessible for everybody is through social media. I want to say social media has pushed the envelope to have everybody to show that they have options. And that I think that what everybody has to get used to now is communication and adaptation. And for men especially, where we are not used to women being on the same type of status or same level as us throughout dating, throughout socials, throughout the entire board, we're not used to that. So I think it comes to communication throughout relationships and throughout social circles, that if women are comfortable with, communicating the fact that, hey, I got options, I got this going for me right now, and if you're not there, I need you to catch up. If they're not ready to have that conversation, then it's not really fair to expect men to be able to adapt to their situation. But yeah, if you're not stressing communication and adaptation to your partner, then it's never going to work. But I will say that in 2023, we can definitely expect to see the playing field evened out completely. I agree.
Yeah, let me say this. I don't knock a woman. I never knocked a woman for dating more than just one guy. There was a point in time where if I was dating her, I would feel some type of way if she was dating other guys. Yeah. I would feel some type of way because James, you can feel me on this one. As men, we have egos. Oh, and we have egos, and there is a double standard to certain things. But I learned since my last relationship, before it ended in 2020, that, okay, if you're doing your own thing, if I'm dating a woman and we just met, we're talking, we in the getting to know each other stages. Okay, cool. Like if you're dating other people, that's cool, because at the same time, I'm dating other people as well, right? And there are things that are very subjective, like ghosting. I have been ghosted so many times.
Yeah.
I've been ghosted so many times, and all I've been was the perfect gentleman, right? I've been the perfect gentleman. And I say this to some people. Okay, if you are entertaining somebody else and you want to be with that other person, you chose that person over me, because I do get it. It is a contact sport. Okay, cool. But don't hit me back 2, 3, 4, 5 years later when I'm on a new level, like a James Pendergrass, wink, wink, and you all of a sudden want to slide in my DMs talking about, hey, Sean, how you doing? Let's go hang out. I'm like, I'm going to be on my Mike Jones by then. Back then, they didn't want me. Now I'm hot. Y'all on me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, Sean, can I add something to that?
Go ahead.
This is what I feel like. I actually break this down. Like there are 3 stages. There is the dating stage, there is the courting stage, and then there is the relationship. So the dating stage is when you both could be seeing other people. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're intimate with other people. Again, that is personal. But for me, like when I'm dating does not mean that I'm necessarily intimate with them. So once you get to the courting stage, that is when the man or the male, because again, I do believe in what do you call it? I don't want to say gender roles, traditional roles to an extent, especially because they benefit me. Okay. So I do believe in that. So when we get to the courting stage, that is when the man has made it clear that he is interested in making me his woman. We've been dating, we getting along, we spending time together. Now he's spending extra money, not just dinner, because really to me, all you need to do is go on one date and if you want to kick it with him or not. See, people be wasting your time. After the first date, I know if he is in the running, now up after that, he can mess it up, don't get me wrong. But if I go out on more than one date with you, that means you in the running, like, dude, I'm considering you, So it's like, so then you get to the courting. And so when the courting is when he really starts investing into you, or you're investing into each other, and you're showing that this is the person you want to be with. And then from there, you go into the relationship. And this is where people get confused, because people think you can't date me for months and months. You cannot date me. I might give it 6 months if I'm still fairly young. I can give it 6 months, and that's just me. I gave it 6 months. That's my maximum capacity.
Look at the look on James' face.
I know that's a long time. But see, that's because I will give it 6 months, but we both agreed that we're just basically a couple, but we just not. I think we was just scared, to be honest. So we a couple, we spending time together, we're doing stuff together, we're only intimate with each other, but we haven't made it official. And then after that, then we make it official, because now we're moving into, because once you get into the courting, if you're marriage minded, when you're courting somebody, you're moving towards marriage. You're not courting somebody you can't see the rest of your life with. So you cannot see the rest of your life with somebody within 6 months, to me. And I'm just being realistic. I've had very long-term relationships, and I've been in a relationship pretty much all of my life. Like this is the longest I've ever been single. And so now I know, like, you have to really be sure, you really need to get to know somebody. And it takes 6 months for them to let that, to release that mask and all that facade. People like, oh, you should know after 90 days. Nah, we can pretend after up to 90 days, come on now.
I can agree. I can agree to that. So is that like, so to you, James, from Too Hot to Handle, James Pendergrass on the Beat Break Morning Show, is
James
that kind of somewhere like the? Yeah, I saw you over there looking at his picture, Starr.
Well,
I saw you over there scrolling.
Second of all, is it Pendergrass for real?
Yes, ma'am, it is.
Okay.
So you know what she's gonna ask you, right?
Say no more.
We're related.
Say no more.
Y'all related for real?
Are you?
What is he to you?
He is my cousin.
Ah, that's
Oh,
so
wow.
Yeah.
Can
Yeah.
you sing?
Wow.
Yeah.
You can sing?
Oh no. Oh no. No. No.
Well, do you
Oh, yeah.
look? My question is, do you live up to the? I mean, because clearly there were
Turn
rumors
off
about.
the lights.
Yes, do you live up to that? You know.
I'm gonna give that to him. I'm gonna give that all to him. That's all to him. I'm just the look. He's got the sing. He's got all that.
No, not the thing. The other stuff, baby making. You know, like you live up to
no. I do not. I don't
How old are you? How old are you, Teddy? How old are you?
I'm
Mr.
23.
Oh Lord.
Oh, okay. So he don't get nothing. He don't even get what I'm saying. He's 23. The term baby making is not to make babies. It's like, can you get down? Like, you know, you good in the bed? Damn, do I need to say it?
Oh, Lord, Starr. Don't.
I mean, I don't want to say I'm the best, right? Because that'd be really cocky and arrogant. I don't want to say that, but I will say I am the best. So take it however you want to take it.
I believe you at the age of
If you say you was the
23.
best, we'd have to think something was wrong with you. Everybody think they the best. That's all.
But look, at the age of 23, yeah, he the best.
Yeah.
James, be
30
careful with these women now. These are beautiful, seasoned women now. I'm just saying.
I'm not allowed to even look at anybody under 35. My kids.
I mean, you're the same age. I mean, either.
I had one
My
cub,
oldest
and
is
he was and I ain't lived that down yet. I'm like, look, sorry, he had a full beard. I did not know.
Young generation though, I feel like the younger generation, they like it's a whole different ball game from where we were and how we were brought up. Like you said, we looked at our grandparents. We looked at my grandparents had kids all over. You know what I'm saying? And nowadays, the young kids, you be like, a girl be like, oh, what? They ready to kill them. Oh, you talking to somebody else? Social media took over. If you like a girl picture, they going off. I'm like, damn, when we was growing up, it's okay to
Yes.
you know, it's not the same. It's not the same.
Not even.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm saying no. So yeah, social media has made the dating game intensely difficult. There's so many ins and outs of what to do and what not to do and what you can do and what you can't do. Oh no, it's not fun.
Yep. And we did it. It's so funny you said that, James, because we did an episode on that this past week, the do's and don'ts of dating. We'll get into that later. But to my original question, with Too Hot to Handle, with you being on the show, just like how Tinisha described how the phases go, how the levels are, is that the same way? Did you look at it like that being on the show?
No, not really. I mean, I didn't even know I was going on the show. I auditioned for a show called Wild Love. So I had no idea it was going to be on Too Hot to Handle. You know, I saw Mario Lopez in the very first day, and I was
big shouts,
doing like a whole bunch of craziness. And then on that first episode, you see that cone come out of the car, and now you know you're on Too Hot to Handle.
Uh-oh.
And that was probably one of the scariest moments of my entire life, for sure.
It was because I saw the first episode, right? It was very suspenseful when the limousine pulled up in front of the jet.
Yep.
And I did not know who was going to come out of that limousine.
We had no clue. No idea.
Yeah.
So what is Tate show? What is that show with Tate Diggs that he hosts a dating show too now?
That's like In the Groove. It's more for older women, 40
that's looking for younger men.
Yeah, that are introduced to younger, fine, sexy, hot men.
Young men, yeah.
Lord.
And you know, they just have a good time. So when I first saw him, I was just like, oh, was he on that show? Because he was like, when he was 20, he's 23, right?
That's what made me
yeah, but he was on the other show where you're deprived from sex, which is horrible.
Yeah.
I would be upset too. Like, I'm thinking, okay, I'm going on an island. I'm going on here with some exotic people, you know, exotic women. And I did push-ups. for this. I drunk protein shakes for this.
You are crazy, Sean.
You know, you put all that work in, James, and then you find out, wait, hold on now. I'm deprived for sex for this amount of time. And the objective is to see who I am compatible with to get the green light at the end.
Yeah.
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 So hold on. My question is, did you get a green light, James? Did you get some or what?
I don't know if we want to give that away for those that haven't seen it yet, though, Starr.
Man, did you get some or not?
I need you to watch episodes 1 through 10, and you'll find out.
Really, James?
You gotta watch.
Really?
You gotta watch the whole season.
Okay.
I'll support. I'll watch it just because I'm very excited and interested to see if you live up to Teddy Pendergrass. That's all.
All I'm gonna say is the camera speaks for itself. I can't speak on my game, but the camera speaks for itself. So you'll see. I promise you'll see.
Are you still single?
Am I still single?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a good question.
You know, you can't give that away too either. Come on now.
Don't put him on Front Street like that.
I mean,
Tell us, are you still single, Pendergrass?
Keep the
the woman I was with on the show, we are still trying to figure out our situation as is. Life has gotten very hectic for us after the show. You know, she's a model, I'm a fitness guy. So we both travel the world doing what we do. But it's kind of hard to make the time to be in like a relationship full time and stuff like that. It's different for both of us. So we're working on it at the moment. You know, we obviously like each other.
oh, well, good luck, sweetheart. I hope it works out for you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you.
I gotta ask you, because on the island there were plenty of women on there, right? And so thinking back on the show, there had to be like that one woman, one or two women that you said, you know what? Oh, I wish I could have just had more time with that one particular woman. Have those thoughts ever came to your mind after the show?
After the show? Oh man.
Yeah.
After the show, not really, because all of my friends from the show, the guys, they all are still working with their women as we speak now. So they're still trying to figure out the situation. But in the show, this girl named Kayla, man. Kayla was ooh, goodness gracious. I was trying to work my magic on Kayla. It didn't really work as well. I was putting out all the bag of tricks, really. It didn't work out. But if I would have gotten a chance with her, who knows what would have happened? Who knows?
So, Sean, what happened when you were on the dating show? You were on the dating show also, Sean.
Oh, me? I was on 2 dating shows.
So what happened? What happened?
Oh, so I'm in the hot seat. Okay. Well, I'm like James. We still working things out. We're still in communication.
That means,
You know, so.
just like James, he out here in these streets and he's a
No, wait a minute. No.
I think that's a
different
answer.
That is
I think
that's completely different. Being in the streets and still communicating are 2 different things.
Completely different things.
y'all out here in these streets. Quit playing. They on here trying to be politically correct, but I'm just saying.
No.
If somebody wanted that and you wanted that, you would be giving them that. Stop playing.
They're giving them
No.
If it was that easy, everybody would be doing it.
You know, you're single, Sean. You don't want no more applications right now. All the applications are filled up, basically.
Are you accepting?
I can always make room for more, you know.
See, that's what I said.
Okay,
you ain't gonna get away with it. See, that's what I said. That's what I said.
Yeah.
Are y'all single or not? Because my whole thing is, if you say y'all are still communicating and figure things out.
No. Okay, so let me say this.
Single?
Let me say this. I already figured out what I want. It's them that need more time to figure out, okay, what is it that you really want? What is it that you really want?
So you want them. You want them, and they don't want you.
Well,
Them?
They didn't
damn.
say they want me. No.
Are you trying to do this poly thing everybody trying to do? Because you said them.
That's but see, that's another thing. But see,
so you want her. You want her.
because it
You
sounds
want
like you trying to
but
do
you
the
don't-
poly thing that everybody trying to do.
I might be getting into. Hey, you know what? I might be
Oh
getting into a
my
poly
God.
relationship.
Okay.
I might find myself getting into one because you're right. You're right. That is where the world is heading at right now. Because I'm talking to more and more women. But no, real talk. I'm talking to more and more women that are either curious or are looking into being in a poly relationship.
Sean, don't you
I'm
start,
not even
Sean.
putting that on.
I
I'm
can't
not
even go there
saying
with that because I might lose all my fans and only get 5, so I'm gonna be quiet.
Hey James,
Not even gonna go
James,
there.
are you know,
Oh,
in the
God,
dating scene, are you coming across more and more women that are curious about that poly life?
100%. I've come across so many women that are ready to start talking to multiple people at the same time. The whole term of open relationship has become such a common thing to hear now. I don't know what it is. I don't think I'm ready with the times, but I'm hearing it. I'm hearing it a lot for sure.
Yeah, the world nasty nowadays. Everybody.
Thank you. My thing
Hey, you
is,
need to hey, look who's
I
talking. You
know.
need to button up
Can I
that shirt
say
there.
one thing? I'm gonna say this one thing, and I'm gonna leave it at that. Women are multi-orgasmic. Men are not. So women can keep going and going 5 times, and y'all just can't do that. So most of them just don't have enough.
Man, give me about
Don't bring me no limp noodles, sir. No. And I'm just being honest. Like, I can tell if you've been into and this is the thing that I fear for a lot of the younger people. You have to have a long-term relationship at some point in your life where you are just with one person for a year, because you need to really study and learn that person's body. Those guys make for better lovers. These dudes who have never had a woman, who've never been married, who's never been in a long-term relationship, suck because they never took the time to really figure out how a woman's body works. And I say that to say, we have a lot of people who are going around disappointing each other.
Hold on. Let me help you out. They rabbit.
Yes. Yeah. And they don't, and the young women don't know to tell them that you just not know. That's not it, because they don't know. They say, oh, I'll be poly, they want to do anything to impress the dudes. Oh, I like this, I like that, like, no.
Why not just be honest? Why not just be honest, transparent? You ain't got to impress me. Just,
because the mind
be honest.
is not there. The maturity of the brain doesn't even completely develop to what, 26?
We talking about 40-year-olds too.
What,
we're talking about women in their 30s. We're talking about women in their late 30s, 40s that are acting like they're in their 20s.
True that. And those are the ones that we used to have a 304 word for, but now we don't put them in that category anymore, because we not judgmental and we're not putting labels and whatever.
Hey, but let's put a pause on this real quick. James, you got time to still hang out with us, James?
Sure. Let's do it.
We just getting started. I gotta shout out my advertiser. Speaking of which, sent just for you. It's our advertiser for the Beat Break Morning Show. I'm just gonna put this out there here so you all can see it right here. Bam! Eat Me Raw. It's a fragrance oil that you can go and get through Scent Just For You. They sell fragrance oils for both men and women. So all you have to do right now while you are listening and watching the Beat Break Morning Show, for all your fragrance oils, you can even get Black Art History pictures in time for Black History Month and more all year. Please shop scentjustforyou.com. And guess what? You can get 10% off all purchases featuring the #1 selling female fragrance, ladies, Black Woman Unique. Black Woman Unique. That's right, Starr. Go ahead and get that fragrance oil there. All right, so all you got to do is go to scentjustforyou.com and get 10% off all purchases. And you can even call Raphael, the owner for Scent Just For You, 404-587-8615. That's 404-587-8615. 8615. And make sure the Beat Break Morning Show sent you. Eat Me Raw. By the way, I got mine. Yeah.
It's the Eat Me Raw for me. It's the
that's what got you right there.
It's the Eat Me Raw for me. Okay.
Yeah.
Period.
Smell good too. You want your man to be smelling good, smelling right.
Does it make you want to eat her raw? It actually sounds like it hurts. Like, eat me raw. Like, I don't want it to get raw. I don't want you to eat me so much till it's raw. Like, But okay, whatever.
If he ain't eating you raw, then something ain't right. Something ain't right.
Can we go?
Facts.
Can we go into detail about what that means exactly? Maybe I'm having a this here colors a 30, a number 30 moment. Because eat me raw sounds like it hurts. I have a vagina, and if you eat it until it's raw, that's gonna hurt.
No, that's not what I mean. Eat it raw. Like, do it raw, like do it real good, where she keeps coming to you for more and more.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I had to put on my sexy voice for that.
I like it too. You made me understand really good.
I was associating pain with that as well, so I'm glad you put that clarification out there.
Yes.
See, I'm glad I'm not the only one. I'm like,
Yeah.
But
never do call you up or talk to you about eating it painfully, then that's a problem.
Yeah, it is a problem. So yeah. But glad that we clarified that. But I do want to.
If he start using analogies, while he eating it, like I'm gonna eat it like fill in the blank, then yeah, that's a problem. Just keep it simple, guys. Just say.
Yeah, keep it simple, because at this point I'm lost.
Okay. James Pendergrass on the Beat Break Morning Show. Season 4 of Too Hot to Handle on Netflix. Go and watch it, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of attractive people on there. It can get tense at times. It can get very intense at times. You know, James, you going up against guys on there to win the affection of this beauty. Did you know firsthand before coming on there that there was going to be some heavy competition? You know, because you kept your composure at times throughout the show, you know, and we know how it can go down. Like, did you know beforehand that, okay, I'm going up against some competition and what have you? Do you see it as, very competitive, or you like, you know what? Hey, I already got this in the bag.
Man, I'll be honest. I went into the show thinking I was going to be top 2 and not 2. I thought I was going to be up there, like mentally, physically, emotionally. I thought I was going to be able to compete with everybody. And that kind of backfired. I didn't really go the way as planned, but I think going into it, I kind of wanted to be the best at what I was doing. I was going to go find love. That was the plan. Yeah, and it worked the way it did. So I'm really happy with the way it panned out, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that leads me to my next question, because I did see you do a recent interview. I heard you did a recent interview, and you said, quote, I could say what made me focus was I'm a college student, end quote. And you also go on to say that you had college bills. So I have college bills to pay. That $200,000 seemed really pretty. With that being said, it was a flick of a switch. So looking back at your participation in the program on the Too Hot to Handle season, do you think you wanted to kill 2 birds with 1 stone by, like you said, finding love and getting assistance to help pay for your college?
My thought process mainly was, if I can walk away with $200,000 and a girlfriend, the world is yours at that point. The world is yours. I'm a college kid, man. I go to the University of Hawaii at Manoa. I'm an econ major, and I go to a D1 school, so these bills are just they're racking up. So student debt is a real thing, and that's not being solved right now. So Yeah, I was trying to knock out two birds with one stone. I wanted to try and win the money and win the girl at the same time.
Mhm.
Kind of focused on one more than the other at times, and that kind of came back to haunt me. But yeah, like that was the plan. That was the vision. I got the discipline to get the money, so I got to get the girl too, and that was just it was hard. It was real hard.
I mean, as long as you get something out of it, you know. I because like to allude to what Wanda was saying, I was on a dating show where I didn't get the girl. I only talked to her twice, but I did walk away. I did walk away with some cash prizes, though.
What was that much?
It was how much? It was enough. It was enough.
Okay. So I didn't know they was paying. So they was paying y'all to be on there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, but at the same time, they also wanted us, just like James, they also wanted us to get on there for an opportunity to find that person, find your potential soulmate, you know, find your potential love of your life.
Yeah. Yeah.
Would you ever go on one again? Either one of you guys, it's for both of you guys. Would you guys go on another dating show?
Ooh. James? Oh, okay, I'll go. For me, you know what? I would. At first, I never imagined going on a dating show. I said to myself, and I come from a place where watching dating shows were, you know, my go-to. I would watch them, but I would say, nah, I wouldn't be on there. Nah. But I happened to be on 2 dating shows, and I was like, you know what? This ain't that bad, as long as I'm representing right. So yeah, I wouldn't mind going on there again. I wouldn't mind going on a dating show again. I probably wouldn't go on those last 2 dating shows that I was on. But I wouldn't mind going on a different one.
See everybody at once. So
James, question for you. Would you consider going back on a dating show, or like Too Hot to Handle, or, you know, any other dating show?
I would definitely do it again. Hands down, 100%. I would do it again. I mean, it's so fun to be in an environment when you're around 10, 12, 14 other people, and we're all looking for the same thing. We're all trying to find somebody, find the one. And you really start to see people's true colors and who they are. And it's like an experiment in a way. It's a really fun experiment. I fortunately found somebody that I kind of clicked with and I mingled with. And it's still a work in progress right now. But yeah, in the moment that we were in, it felt like the honeymoon stage. Like everything was going right. Like there were times where things were bad. There were times where things were good. But the majority of the show, it was a really good time. And I really enjoyed my time. So yeah.
I have a question.
Go ahead. What's up?
Is that shit real?
Is it real?
You gotta watch season 4 of Too Hot to Handle on Netflix. Go watch.
No, I'm just saying now.
I will tell you this.
Is it real? Is reality TV?
The bodies are real. I would say that the booties are real. The bodies are real.
I got it. I will tell you this. There was nothing that I said that I didn't personally say myself. Everything I said was 100% me. And everything I did was 100% me.
Did you have to do a replay though? Did you have to say it more than one time?
No. I'm one take Drake. I said it all in one go, all in one line. That's it. So that's all I need is one take.
One take Drake. That's funny. Okay.
You know what? I'm gonna get on one. I want to get on one. Because that's the only way I'm gonna know.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I'm telling you right now. But if you want to go find out for yourself, then we can get you in talks with people. I got you. We can do
Mr. James, your experience that you had off that last one, is there anything that you would do different this next time around if you do get the opportunity, or even what you shine, something that you would do different to really get the girl that you really want? Or you gonna keep a player? You know what I'm saying? Which one?
I mean, I I believe my personality, my character, and my morals were displayed to the best extent possible. Like who I was portrayed as is exactly who I am in real life. So everything that they showed of me, you know how they cut it up from hours and hours of film. That 10 hours of me was exactly how you would see me in real life. So if I wouldn't change anything again. Like I did everything by the book of what I would want to do. So I don't regret any of it.
What about you, Sean? Because you didn't go home with the girl. So what about you?
Did Wanda just take shots?
Wanda!
Oh my God.
Okay.
Oh my right.
I just keep
Wait
it
a minute,
100. I talk for a living. That's what I do.
Look,
I love it.
I may have not gotten home. Yeah, play that explosion one more time, producer. I may have not gotten home with the woman, but I got home with some cash. You know, so
Okay.
that I mean, what I would say, what I would have done differently. What would I have done differently? I don't know what I would have done differently. I will say no, for this one particular not radio show, but on this one dating show, I'll just go ahead and tell you what the dating show was. It was Kendra G's show.
Kendra G, okay, the one we just met.
Kendra G's show. I was on her show last year. And what I would have done differently was I could have been more specific in what I wanted. Because sometimes when you tell people, okay, this is what I want, this is what I'm looking for, is that what you really, really want? Or, you know, you put it out there and the people
just
come.
saying.
Yeah, and they're not what you thought. Like, so I should have been more specific.
So you should have had them fill out the application, like she said. Fill the application out, and then eliminates according to the application.
Right.
But guess what? But you know, everybody lie on applications.
They can't lie if they don't know that what your requirements are. The application is streamlined for his requirements, and there's multiple choices. So they don't know what the right answer is. So, you know, I might be saying, are you into this, that, and the other, and they might pick the wrong thing, and I'm like, oh no, I ain't down with that. You know, that's how detailed my application is, because I was like, oh no, I ain't doing that one, sir.
Do you like being spanked? Do you like being handcuffed?
You want to get choked? They might be like, oh, she want to be choked, and then they put and I'm like, hell no. Next, you know. So that's why I say, make
you ever seen that one scene?
You
ever seen?
I want to be choked.
Me?
No, see, that was easy.
Y'all like to be choked.
Yeah, I like to be choked.
Nobody that much to choke me or handcuff me. I don't like to live on the wild side.
I do.
For real? Oh my God.
You don't got a handcuff, but oh yeah, most definitely. Yeah.
Honey, we have to be married for a long time, and even then, I still probably wouldn't trust them. I ain't met nobody I trusted that much.
I mean, well, we ain't trying to kill you. They ain't trying to kill you.
I don't know that. How do you think people end up dead? You think they knew they was going to kill them? Absolutely.
You've been watching too much the first 48s. That's what you do.
Okay, or something.
She's been on Lifetime. She's been watching that Lifetime.
I have never had anybody try to choke me.
Look at him.
Only maybe one person.
Do you want somebody to eat it raw? Do you want somebody to eat it raw or not?
Nope. That sounds like it hurt, like she said. No, thank you. We good.
Well, what about you, James? Are there any limitations in the bedroom?
Oh, 100%. 100%.
There's limitations.
Yeah.
Like.
Okay. I mean, in the bedroom, it's like a dance, you know, like, and that's your partner. So it's like
right.
you give, they give. But if one partner is just doing the utmost, just taking it way out of control, just like putting all the measures into their hands, I'm good. I'm good. I don't.
Oh, so you like a 50-50, a give and take, and take and give.
It's supposed to be a rhythm, like he's saying, and see that, and that's the thing. Like, people been watching too much porn. Like, they want to reenact porn and all that weird shit. And excuse my language, but we're not about to reenact some stuff you saw on TV, sir, because that don't even work in real life. Like, no.
I know. I don't. But you know what? I don't particularly. I've never been into porn and all that. I actually. The couple of times I did watch, I thought it was funny. And then I was just like, okay, I'm not turned on. Anyway, so, but for me, it's kind of like, I like certain things, like James, you know. I like to get my booty licked.
Oh Lord Jesus.
Okay.
So I mean,
Okay.
what's up?
Okay.
And see, that's the type of stuff we need to know on the application, because I had a dude tell me he like that. I'm like, we good. I ain't no sense in moving further.
Yeah, but you know, but I'm not going to, I'm just a receiver here. I'm not the giver. It's not going to be returned in favor. So I guess I do need to make my application. But sometimes, you know, when you have a certain type of sexual energy, you attract the same. Usually they can feel it on you, because I can feel it. Ooh.
You know, that's another thing too. I gotta mention, and James, feel me on this one. I hate it when I have to receive, but I'm not getting the reciprocal at times. Mm-hmm. Y'all want us to be the receiver. Y'all want us to get on our knees and do the duty.
I'm not looking at nobody.
You don't want to give it. You don't want to give back to the community.
I ain't looking.
You don't want to give back to the community.
This is the thing. See, that is getting out of control, but I'm gonna go there. Men have a habit of doing shit. I ain't asked you to do that stuff. Okay, so don't be doing.
But you enjoyed it though.
Do it too.
But guess what?
Maybe I didn't.
Go pee.
The world may never know.
I don't like for a man to go pee and then think I'm finna. Don't go pee before you come. Don't do that. That's just going. I don't like that. Don't go pee.
If you do anything in the bathroom, you about to be put out my house, sir. Like, get in that shower, don't you, man? I got stories about that. Don't you dare get. What you want to? You about to get in my bed? I think
not. Fling it out. Huh?
So a man has to be perfectly clean before you guys do the nasty. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Not all the time, but 99% of the time,
I just don't that.
Huh?
No, because you can be out at a club, you can be with your man and you ride in the car, you be like, let's pull it out. We already know where you was at. You know you ain't just get out the shower. But I'm talking about
yeah. That's when it's spontaneous though.
That's been very rare times in my life where I've been with somebody long enough that I was that comfortable with them. Very rare.
Oh but
Yeah,
man.
You gotta pull it out.
I don't want no.
Oh man, I wouldn't say you're missing out because
I ain't missing out on nothing. I have such.
You ain't missing out. This that's your preference. That's what you like. But I like that random stuff. I like it random. I like let's just let's pull over. Matter of fact, keep driving.
Certain activities. Let's be clear. Certain activities we cannot do without blah blah blah. However, I will say that I can tell, like if I'm dating somebody and that man walks into the room, I can smell him when he walks into the room. So my shit is so primal that my sense of smell is very, very, y'all see I got the the nose and everything. But my sense is smell is so strong. That's why I'm like, you have to, if we doing certain things, you gotta
I get what you're saying. It's a hygiene thing for you. Okay.
It is. And again, yeah.
Well, the same thing applies to women. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
The same thing applies to women. Do you know how many times I had tried to go down?
You had to come back
SWV, go downtown, and the woman pulled me back up. Before I could even go there, she would take her two hands and be like,
Well, no, that's probably because she don't want it. Like, why do it have to be,
I think it's because of that, because you think it's something going on down there?
It could be.
Could be.
Well, that's what men think when women pull them back up.
No, that's not necessarily it. Like,
because
I have pulled men back up, but that's because I ain't want your lips on me.
Right. I don't want everybody lips on me.
Oh, so you just want the wham and bam. That's it.
It's
a time. It's just I just had this conversation. Like certain guys, you want certain things from sometimes. Like there's certain men I've been with for years and I've never taken a shower with them. Then there's other dudes that I've been with and I love taking showers with them. It's just certain dudes that you want certain things.
Bring that out.
How often do you come across a man that you can do it all with?
Very rare.
Two in my life. I came across one.
Who?
Huh?
Two
in my life that I felt comfortable, 100% comfortable to do pretty much anything with.
Wow.
And the thing is that those are the hardest ones to shake. One of them still lingering. Both of them still lingering. I just won't sleep with one of them. It's been 20 years.
And you still deal with
That's
You know,
so
he come get a hug. He work on my house. He changed my tires, but I ain't sleeping with you no more. Because that shit is dangerous, sir.
Damn.
No, sir.
Damn.
Yeah, it's very rare that you come across that. It's rare because women aren't that vulnerable like that.
This is what I'm talking about, especially nowadays. Like, I'm really concerned with the state of affairs because people are not reaching that love, that soul connection where you feel like you are basically in heaven with that person. You don't get that with everybody. And if you don't meet somebody where you can combine and it's spiritual, you're missing out on something. And you can't get to that point if you're always jumping from partner to partner. You know what I mean? Right. And that's the thing. Like, and even like, you know, it's such a push for these toys and stuff. And, you know, women got I don't need no man. You know, you desensitizing that thing down there. You know, every
for real.
That
thing work.
For real. For real. For real.
It is. It makes the guy
because it works. It really
that makes the guy.
Really,
the guys'
really
tongues,
good.
excuse me for being, but they can't. Men can't move that fast. Is that? You know.
I know, man. That thing is powerful, man.
Because y'all addicted. You become addicted, and then the poor man down there trying to keep up. You know, like no.
I think, you know, sometimes, but you know what I ended up doing? I ended up using both of them at the same time, the toy and him.
Oh, geez. Okay.
Right. So wait, you had a threesome with toys? You had a threesome with toys?
Yeah, because, you know, she's right. Sometimes the man can't move as fast as the toy. So you use both, right? The toy and him.
But what happens when the batteries die, though?
Are you depending on the toy? Is the toy like mandatory?
No. I'm just saying I have to weed. Huh?
Well, if you have to bring it in the bedroom with your partner, how do you think that makes him feel anyway?
Yeah.
Oh, no. You got to ask, though. You can't just up and do it, though. You have to respect him and say, hey.
I'm going to tell you.
You know.
Most men are going to say hell to no.
No, that's not true. That is not true.
Oh, yeah, I want to hear what the guys say.
This is the thing. Let me finish my... I usually do it because I want to weed myself off, and I know that he's not going to... Because when I'm using this, because I'm deprived, okay? I've been holding out until I found that one. And then, so now I got to weed myself off of the toy. So I use both and then, you know, go back, you know, get back in the swing of things.
Okay.
So let me ask you this, though. Let me ask you this, Starr. So how would you feel if the guy gets in with you, he didn't, you know, come or whatever the case may be, but he goes into the shower and, you know, he finishes off? Like, how would that make you feel?
Watch.
Well, right. Facts, but no, but the way Sean is saying it is more so like the fact that he did. Now, if he finished it off right there next to me, then that's different. But for you to go sneak in the shower, okay, then no. Me, the toy, and you, we together. So you, me, and you need to be together while you finishing off. If you can't, you know. But I ain't never had that issue.
Okay, some women go into the other room with their toy. You know.
Oh wow,
that's too deep.
That's bad.
Yeah.
It's real bad.
That's too deep.
You know, I do feel like, and I have, you know, women talk about. I do feel like some of the women is too addicted to them things. I'm just, you know, I feel like y'all just,
Rose.
Huh?
When they brought that rose out, everybody like,
yeah, I'm like, nah, I don't even want food with that rose. I'm good.
Yeah, stay away, girls. Stay away.
And they talking about it like, man, I'm like, is this what we doing?
Yeah, that's what we doing.
Well,
is it that bad? Like
with sex, so I brought the toy in too, but
and see, that's what I feel like when you bring toys in, and it's nothing wrong bringing toys in, in my opinion. But you bring that in later on, like you done did all time, you done been together. Now you wanna add to the equation, not starting off with that.
Yeah.
Real comfortable with each other. You bored as hell. You like, let's do this. You know, then you start.
Yeah, there's levels to it.
Not necessarily bored, but you want to spice it up. That's when you bring that in. But women, they just let it be known. You ain't doing what, you know.
No, I ain't never
You
said
know what
that.
I think
don't
is
wanna-
gonna get worse? I think to James' point earlier about social media, and this also coincides with toys as well. I believe that the more and more technology gets advanced, it's going to mess up the whole intimacy game for real.
Already has.
All these things are doing they're pulling us away from each other.
Absolutely. And it's intentional. It's really intentional. And people don't realize that, like, the fact that we live in this metaverse is not by accident. They want us in the metaverse while they outside playing in the sand, and we sitting here, you know, I ain't trying to get all conspiracy theory on you, but I am. You know, nothing is by mistake. So don't be, you know.
No.
Well, you still have to be conscious of what's going on around you. So this is the thing, metaverse, all of this type of stuff, people have to literally do their own self analyzing, and also in the spiritual realm. It can go deep, but you have to be conscious. You can't, some people are getting trapped in these things as far as being addicted and, you know, following social media and being influenced easily because their spirit is not protected. You have to know how to protect your spirit.
I know masturbating is a very healthy form. It's very healthy. You don't have to have masturbate. It's no different than a man looking at porno and grabbing their thing and jacking off. It's no different.
I believe it's necessary and, you know, healthy, especially like if you're abstaining. I feel like it's good to abstain for a while as well. But if you can't use your finger to get to that point, you got to have this, you know, device. Then I feel like you have totally desensitized it. Like, you know, I ain't trying to be all detailed and stuff, but some people can use their fingers and some people cannot. You know, some people.
So have you used the toys? Have you used the toys yourself?
I have, Lord, my kids probably gonna see this, Lord. I have used a vibrating device in my lifetime.
And did it work in your favor?
Yeah, absolutely. And I, you know, when I was younger, I was addicted to it. I was looking for that thing.
Oh,
you know?
Okay, I get it. Because I was just like,
no, I know,
figure it out.
I know how to. And now it's mind control. You know, it doesn't take very much. And so for me, and you know, I'm gonna be quiet. So let's see.
No, see, because Sean, look, you're speaking the truth now because it is mind control. Because really, I don't really need the toy. I can sit right here and think of some things and bust, right? So that I know is all mind control, right? But when you use the toy, you know, and you use your mind.
It's like fast food. The toy is fast food.
Yeah, it's fast food.
I had one, you know, that's what it is. And so that kind of takes away from it. It does take, I feel like it takes away from the intimacy in the long run, if you use it too much. And if you ain't got no partner, then, you know, you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
Okay. You know what, this conversation, I'm glad we have James for a few minutes. You know what, this conversation, it just brought out an epiphany to me. This whole entire conversation. I think shows like Too Hot to Handle is needed. It is definitely needed because it puts you in a social environment. It puts you in a social environment. You're meeting people. You may find the love of your life on there. You may not. But it still puts you in a social environment to take you away from the social media, to take you away from the metaverse, to take you away from all this other stuff that are considered to be an interference in how we date, in relationships and stuff like that. So I definitely would not mind getting on a show like Too Hot to Handle. Now, what I will have to do is hit that gym though, so I can look like James.
James, can you just go like take your shirt off or like show the bottom part?
We don't do free advertising.
That's not free advertising. That's your body. Your body. That's just your body. Then. Can I see one ab? Can I see the bottom ab? The rib.
My first few pictures on my Instagram are the best pictures I've ever taken in my entire life. You can see it. I promise. It's next level. I promise.
You naked?
Almost. Take a look.
I went on his Instagram when you told me to guess. I went on his Instagram and I said, oh Lord, that's somebody, baby. You know, and I just went on about my business. But yeah, he in his prime. He doing the work.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
man.
you.
Yeah.
I'm
All
definitely
right. So last question, James. What does the future hold for you? Whether this love thing with the woman or not, whether it works out or not, what does the future hold for James Pendergrass?
Oh, man. I would say future is very bright, very bright. I would say when it comes to the love aspect, the show has opened me up to different avenues of being myself and being a person of vulnerability. I wasn't such a vulnerable person when it came to, relationships and showing emotions and feelings because I don't know, being a man, like the pride and ego that we have, I feel like it's so hard to do it in today's world. But after going on the experience of being on one of the best TV shows in the world, I think that I can honestly say that emotionally, mentally, spiritually, I am fully capable of being like in love with somebody in the near future. So, the future is really bright for me, honestly.
I love it. I love it. Now, see, Tinisha,
Yes.
we brought on a man,
road. Huh?
a black man.
Yes, a young black man. He got his head on straight. He knows the value of love. He knows respect. He's going to get that. He's going to meet that match. He's going to get that match.
He is,
Yeah.
or he gonna get him a cougar.
Oh, he ain't.
He's going
to grow somebody that he can grow. Look at me like I'm his mama. He's going to meet someone that he can grow old with, and they're going to have beautiful little brown babies, if that's what he wants. And or if that's what they decide, but no.
And shout out to the Cougars.
Get it
Man.
all right.
Shout out to the Cougars.
That cougar, she
Right.
like,
but what is a
Period.
cougar?
Shout out to the cougar.
I don't know what a cougar is because maybe I
You don't know what a cougar is, Wanda?
Huh?
Wanda playing. Wanda is playing.
I know because he keep on saying cougar. What's the age of cougar? Because I'm 47 and
It's really no age to cougar. You just have to be like maybe 10 plus years older than the guy.
Oh, then the guy. Okay. Or the okay.
Is it 10 years though? I think it should be like 15.
Like 15.
20 and up.
You must be
20 and
thinking you're a 35-year-old man right now.
Right. What I got on him, like 12 years or something. Yeah.
12 years. Oh, so you want to up the ante. You don't want to be in the cougar stage. You don't want to be.
I already did it once and I'm still trying to live that down. So, and it was an accident, y'all. I'm in therapy. He had a full beard. I'm trying to tell you. Them beards be messing you up.
They do. They do.
Beard gang.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
Exactly. I could tell what he is right away. No confusion. 20-something.
Now those are the type of guys that you may not want to eat it raw. You may not want to have him to eat it raw. Especially with the beard, it's pretty much a wrap if he goes down.
That statement is not sitting well. It's not a thing.
Why?
So wrong.
Goodness.
Oh my goodness. Season 4 of Too Hot to Handle available now on Netflix. Y'all make sure y'all check out James Pendergrass on that ass. Netflix. How can they follow you, James? How can they follow you?
You can follow me on Instagram at James Pendergrass _ and on TikTok, James.Pender. That's it.
All right, man. Well, thank you so much for coming on the Beat Break Morning Show, man. We about to get into our last part of the show because we got to recap the do's and don'ts of dating in 2023 that me and Wanda was on the mental space on WLK here in Atlanta. So you're more than welcome to stay, or I know you're a busy man. You're much busier after Too Hot to Handle season 4.
Oh yeah, life has gone all over the place over the past month.
That's a blessing. That's a blessing.
God is good. God is good at all times. So yeah, it's a good one for sure. So thank you for having me.
All right, thank you so much, James Pendergrass on the Beat Break Morning Show. Thank you so much, and feel free to come through anytime.
Will do. Bye.
Bye, Shawty.
I ain't going nowhere, man. Y'all like that? Y'all ladies like that, huh?
That was fun.
So,
That's
yeah.
fun. He's my kids are older, but yeah, he's fun.
My kid ain't older.
And yours ain't?
Nope.
You got kids his age?
I ain't got no kids his age, baby. What's up?
That's my thing is if you
better follow him. Better follow him on Instagram.
No, he better follow me.
I know that right.
Y'all follow each other. All right. The Beat Break Morning Show. Woo, tonight, this morning, too hot to handle. We still got our guests on the morning show, author Tinisha of the latest book, Pimpette Chronicles, available now online. And we also have Wanda Davis on the Beat Break Morning Show. I was about to call you by another comedian's name, whose name is also Wanda. Do you get mistaken for the other Wanda?
No.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No Wanda. I know Wanda real well.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see your book. Can you put your book up so people can see?
Yeah, this is the author. Let me get the right copy. I got the doggone sticker on there. Hold on.
All right. While she's getting that, make sure you follow us at Beat Break Radio, Facebook, Twitter, and on Instagram. There you go.
It's on Amazon, Pimpette Chronicles, a modern Black woman's guide to dating safely and navigating these mean streets.
Oh, beautiful cover. Beautiful cover.
I love it. Yes.
Man, they're about to support you. They're about to go online and support you. I see you got the pimp hat on too.
For sure.
I need mine signed.
And a pistol on my thigh.
Okay, my pimp hat.
No.
I was wondering what that was on that.
It is
like,
a
is that a pistol?
I believe in having your CCW and all that stuff.
All
right now.
Right. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, Wanda, I see you.
Oh, you wait, hold up. Let me get my hat.
Hey, yes.
Right.
Oh no, that was on my date.
Okay, so
what's good? What's the do's and the don'ts of 2023?
All right, so let's just give our listeners a recap. Me and Wanda, we were on the Mental Space on News and Talk 1380 WLK this past Wednesday night. And we had some panelists in the studio to talk about the do's and don'ts of dating in 2023. A lot was said. Do's and don'ts. I know one do and don't that stood out to me. Shout out to KB from Dating Explained and Happy Accident Media. He was among the other panelists that gave some great advice on the air. There were a few things that he said that definitely stood out. I'm trying to remember one of them that he said to me. It'll come to my memory bank in just a few moments. But while it's doing that, Wanda, I know we didn't get a chance to go over to you and give your do's and don'ts. So here is the opportunity.
Well, I only have two things.
Okay.
To me, the don't is when you first meet a person, do not tell the person all the issues you're going through. That runs them off. That runs me off. If I meet a guy and the first thing come out his mouth is, he got this financial problem, he dealing with this, he dealing with this, he dealing with this, he just trying to find a woman to uplift them. I don't have no pull-ups for nobody.
Right.
I don't have no pull-ups for you. I want at my age, I want somebody already knowing what they need in life. I don't want you to have to figure it out. To me, that's a turn off to me. That's on my dating scene. Mm-hmm. And the do is be attentive. A woman like a man that's attentive. If you text me, I don't want the good morning men. I get a good morning text every day, and that's all you have to say. Please have a follow-up. So them are the big things.
Could it be anything? Could it be anything? Could it be like what you wearing?
Just a good morning, then how your day? What you got planned? If it's just a good morning, that's my text every day. I don't want that. You are my good morning people, and I don't want that. I want, okay, when can I see you? When can we meet out? Let's know what you got going on. You know what I'm saying? I don't, at my age, I just don't want that. I don't want that. And my biggest thing, I don't want to hear, like a man don't want to meet a woman and all they doing is complaining about all the bills they got when they first meet them.
Maybe that's an indication to test you or see if you can help them out.
Oh, no,
I'm
but
just
no,
saying.
it be actually stuff people be going through. Like when I first said, if I meet you out and then we exchange numbers, and then the first thing, oh man, this is going on with me. It's not about they asking me for help. I just don't want to hear everything someone got going on when I first meet them. I don't not in that first conversation. I don't think that should be the first conversation. It's really to get to know each other, but not me knowing every bad thing. Tell me some good things that's just going on with you. Tell me what your plans and what your futures and what your are. I don't want to hear that because I'm gonna roast you. You know what I'm saying? My personality, I'm like, man, what the, you know what I'm saying? I just don't got no pull-ups.
You know, daters out here, they starting to sound like the beggars that stand outside of the gas station. You know, when you go to a gas station, right? You pull up and you can smell a beggar from a mile away. You know, you pull up, you haven't even reached the inside of the convenience store yet. And they come up to you and be like, hey, what's up, man? You be like, what's up? Man, you know, I'm going through a lot right now, bro, man. You know, I just came out of jail, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I got bills stacked up high and everything. That's what these daters sound like.
But
like the beggars outside the store.
The women, are you, if a man get to tell you everything that they having bad going on with them, is that going to make you want to date them?
No,
and they wouldn't even make it to a date with me because I'm gonna find out on the phone call.
Exactly.
Right. That's what I was saying. I want you to tell me the dudes, tell me all your issues and problems up front so I can run.
Yes, absolutely. And they will. They be look at, you know, that was the thing about online dating when I briefly ventured into that. I learned very quickly that a lot of men were looking for a counselor and not necessarily a woman. They wanted someone to listen to their issues and their problems. And I am not the one. Like, I cannot do that. I don't want to do that. It's not fun for me, you know, like, no. And I just, you know, so that's a quick way.
Understand what I'm saying. Y'all understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. I agree.
You do kind of give me, Tinisha, I mean, no shade or anything, but you do kind of give that therapy vibe though, like that therapist vibe a little bit.
Yeah, do I?
You know,
I could see that. And I did take a lot of psychology classes, so. But you know,
tell me all your feelings. Tell me all your feelings. Tell me all your feelings. And I think that's why I think that's what attracted August Alsina to Jada Pinkett Smith. Oh, I know I said that I was gonna keep Will Smith's wife's name out of my mouth. I'm sorry. Can we edit that? No, we can't. Okay, all right. We can.
Yeah, I think that I do bring that out in people, especially men. They feel like, you know, they can just tell me. I have the best male friends, which is why I was able to write such a great book, because men tell me everything. You know, they tell me all the stuff they did wrong and all the stuff that, you know, they did right and who they lost. And, you know, so all that stuff became tips and stuff like that, basically game. You know, I had a dude tell me, I'm working on book 2, and he gave me some new material. He told me,
he do. I'm
like, he stood up here, he been trying to get at me. I know he'll never see this. This man been trying to get at me for at least 7 years, if not more. And so he'd be like, yeah, you know, T, yeah, I'm not surprised you made a book called Pimp, you know, because you a pimp. I'm like, oh yeah, for real. Mm-hmm. And he was like, yeah, because you know, what a pimp do, all he got to do is tell a girl, you know, go out into the hood, and you know, you see a girl who her daddy probably ain't around, and you know, you just got to start telling her she pretty and all this stuff. And I'm thinking, you dirty damn dog, you know, you telling me how you sit up here, how you manipulate, you know, women who don't have father figures. And I'm just sitting up here like, oh, really? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Nope.
Wow.
Because I want all the women to be up on game, for real, especially some of the younger women who don't have that auntie or the uncle or somebody to tell them stuff.
Ouch. They, man, hey, but you know, at the same time, you have a lot of women that tell men, hey, I need you to be vulnerable.
Yeah, be vulnerable.
I need you to be vulnerable.
Yeah, be vulnerable.
Like, okay.
Don't be a sneaky dog, though. I mean, and don't get me wrong, I'm not judging you for things. We've all done things in our past, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, we can learn from those things, and someone can learn from the mistakes that he made in the game that he played, because it's not something that they don't do even still to this day. that's part of our problem in the community, because we have these predatory men that come into, you know, the community looking for vulnerable women.
Yeah.
You know, and it's a cycle.
100%.
Yeah. And if we don't start breaking this cycle, then, you know, how is it going to change? You know, we have dudes, oh, you should choose better. But at the same time, it's like you taking a bar and just keep pulling it further and further away from the woman. You know, oh, you got to be this, you got to be that, or you can't, you know, it's not, and I'm here to talk about women. I'm not saying it's all men are bad, or because I think we have I've met a lot of really good guys. Most of the guys I've dated have been wonderful guys. They just wasn't me, you know, so I just set them free or whatever. You know, that's another thing, like people hold people hostage. Don't hold somebody hostage you're not compatible with.
Right. That's true.
Right. Hold tight. Let's take a brief break from the radio. We got to play a station ID. We got to go into a break. We got more of the Beat Break Morning Show. Also check us out on 101 The Vibe FM in Louisville, Kentucky. And you can also check us out on Roku TV, the Flow Television Network, Beat Break 87 FM in Atlanta, and all your multiple streaming platforms, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and so much more. It's the Beat Break Morning Show. Welcome back to the Beat Break Morning Show. It is going down. Welcome. We are continuing the conversation on the do's and don'ts of dating in 2023, just kind of quarterbacking a little bit from the conversation that me and comedian Wanda Davis had on the Mental Space this past Wednesday night on 1380 WLK, which is a station that I do the Mental Space on mental health every Wednesday night from 7 to 9 p.m. We still have our author from the best-selling book, Pimpette Chronicles, Tinisha, on the love line. I call it the love line this morning because it's all about love. We also have Starr Keels in the building, who is almost about to get ready to, you know, follow James Pendergrass and stalk him a little bit. Slide in his DMs.
What up, Shotty?
Continue that begging for those pics.
Whatever.
She denied it though. She just said whatever.
I'm just gonna say this. If anybody gonna be following somebody, he gonna be following me. Period.
Well, let it be known.
How old are you, my man, Star? How old are you?
I am 37.
Okay.
You know, that's a damn lie. She looks 27. She looks 27. She does.
Thank you.
Yep. But she's not 37 though.
She's not 37.
Not 37.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sean, how old am I?
You got a panel of cougars on here, is what you saying, Sean?
I'm not saying nothing.
I don't know what Sean saying. Sean.
I used the term sexy seasoned women earlier.
I like that. So how old am I, Sean?
How old are you?
Yeah.
Do you want me to tell the thousands and thousands of listeners that are tuning in right now how old you really are?
Yes, honey.
You are 55.
She definitely not no 55.
Yeah, you'd be surprised how some women out here look like they are in their 30s and they 62.
I mean, me and the book right, they don't look 47. That's for sure.
Oh my goodness.
You don't look no 55. That's for sure.
Man, I get mistaken from people that say I look like I'm 19.
Sean, you do look like a kid sometimes, though.
Yeah, you do.
I do it on purpose, though. Keeps me youthful.
You got a little bit of gray in your beard, though, even though you hadn't yet. So that's yes. So you shave that, you this baby face.
Yeah, that's why I'm hiding it behind this big ass mic right here. So y'all won't see it. So y'all won't see the gray.
There. That's what makes men look, mature and seasoned.
Yeah.
Yes.
There you go. So back to the do and don'ts of 2023. A lot was said. The one thing, it did come to my mind, by the way, that Kate said in the conversation. he said that be aware of the type of content creators that you listen to on the internet when they are giving out relationship advice.
Oh, gurus.
When going into dating. Gurus, yes.
Yes. I love it.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yep.
They don't always know what they're talking
about. Yeah, I do believe that they play a factor in dating. They do. And I know people in that particular profession, they go by their own experience. Right. And when you go by your own experience, you tell them, hey, don't do this, don't do that. Because you're going based off of your experiences and the mistakes you made and, the problems that you face, right? But at the same time, though, people are different. And people go about dating differently, and at times you just can't really listen to a person that may not have their stuff all put together. Okay, so like Exhibit A, Derek, what's his name? Derek or Dexter Jackson? Is it Derek Jackson?
Oh, Derek Jackson, yeah.
Yes.
Oh boy, yes.
Yeah. Yeah. We all know the story, what happened to him. But even before that, he has, I will say, he has played a role in making women think. Of course, when it comes to dating, you have people like him, you have, of course, the deceased, and every time I say his name, Starr eyes just goes like this. Well, we all know Kevin Samuels.
Yeah, he was something.
It's so many of them. So many.
It's a lot of divisiveness, and that's what I don't want to do. Like I work really hard not to be divisive in the things that I write about, and to, like you said, everybody's situation is different, and my experiences are not the same as, her experiences and whatever. And it depends on many, many different variables that we may not even know about. And here we are telling you, oh, you got to do this, that way, this way. No, you have to figure out what works best for you. And that's exactly everything that I say, I always go back to, this may be what I did that worked for me, but what works for you? What do you think works for you? And that's what so many of my readers love. They said that it always came back to self and it made them think. I use very relatable stories that make people caution, be more caution, or have more caution rather, and just basically think for themselves. If I can add my do's and don'ts, I just want to add one.
Sure, go ahead.
Oh my God. The one thing that I want to say is, in terms of do for 2023, which is my personal, is do take your time. Do take your time and figure out exactly what you want, and don't let anyone else tell you that you're being too picky, or this, that, and the other. It's been many times somebody told me, oh, you should date this person, and I didn't think I should, and I did it anyway, and it just was not a good idea. So do take your time is important.
Yeah, definitely, I agree.
Yeah, that is important, because I came across so many people in the dating world that come on thinking that they already know what they want, but in reality they don't.
Mm-hmm. And sometimes it changes though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, because you can like somebody physical and be like, man, but then when you sleep with them, they ain't got
It's true. That's why you gotta fill out an application.
I'm not being, I'm a realist. I'm a realist in life, and it is what it is. You can go out to meet somebody, he got all the qualifications that you like personally. But then when it comes down to that one part that that they gotta be compatible with, and they're not compatible with, you're not gonna stick around. You're going to end up cheating on them, or you're gonna entertain somebody else. And that's on both parts.
Yeah. Sexual compatibility, I think, is something that we don't talk about enough in dating and choosing a partner. Like, especially women have been shunned to think that they shouldn't want a certain type of mate, you know, but the bottom line is this, and then this is something else I talk about, is that just like, you know, penises come in different sizes, so do vaginas. So, you know, and every man knows that. So it's not a one size fit all, you know, and if you're of a certain age, you get an can't say that.
No.
Yeah, you can. Say what you want.
Penis. No, you used the word penis, and this was a question I forgot to ask James Pendergrass when he was on, because he did mention a penis package on the show. Damn it.
Penis package.
I wanted him to expound on that just a little bit, the penis package. Because that was my first time hearing that from a guy.
That would have been interesting to know. I want to know too now.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn
Send an email and let us know.
Right.
Put it in the comment section.
Right.
Why can't I see everybody? Can everybody see everybody?
I can see
I
can see everybody.
I can see everyone.
You're on your phone, that's why.
Yeah.
Oh, y'all on your computers?
Yeah.
I'm on both.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Mama, right. Sorry.
So what were you saying? I wanted you to expand.
Oh, with the one side, the size thing. I was just saying basically that, you know, penis is not a one size fit all. And as you get to a certain age, you kind of know what size you need to be compatible with you. Now, whether or not, you know, that person is compatible or they know what they're doing or you blend is another story. But I feel that it's important for me to know ahead of time before I start liking you, because I'm not going to sit up here and pretend that I'm going to like you when I know that you do not have the physical requirements that it takes to ride this ride. So that is, you know, that's where I'm at this stage in life. Like I can't.
Hey, girl.
It's not, I'm not holding you up. That's traumatic for the man, and it's traumatic for me as well. So, and guys are
because that sounds like somebody gonna get cheated on.
I ain't never cheat on nobody because I do not stay into nothing that ain't gonna work. So I've never had to cheat. I will exit.
Is this deuces? You like deuce gone?
Yeah. Sorry.
What? So I'm just curious. What is the penis requirement?
Ooh, that's personal, sir. I don't even. Unless you plan on filling out an application.
Maybe.
I know some women.
Inquiring minds just wanted to know.
It's countable.
Oh, you know what? I will say, okay, this is where I failed as a woman that's been in relationships with men for years. Like I didn't know. Let me pull it up, y'all, because I didn't know like a 5. Here, see, I have this in the book. Like what the average, can y'all see that penis length thing? So we go through that towards the end. And so anyway, I didn't know that 5 inches to 5.5 was average.
Is it?
So yeah, that's average. And it's not, you know, it's average. And so there has been a couple of unfortunate males in my past who were working with average. And I just rolled over like a baby and cried afterwards, you know, not knowing that that's, you know, what most men have. And so for me, I hate that
Let me say this, man. Look, I've watched plenty of porn in my lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been to a couple of sex toys.
Okay.
They got penis toys that are this big right here. That are, I don't know, let me get it kind of close in the frame. Like it's very big. It's very big. And I'm like, in real life, that is not average.
Right.
You're not gonna get that from most guys.
I don't want that. I don't want to be in pain. You know, most of us don't want that, but it's just a certain level that it has to reach. You know, it's a certain, I call it the walls. If you can't reach that second fortress, then you are not the one. So, you know, I've learned that. I sure hope my kids don't see this.
You say your kids are grown. I'm quite sure they're having sex. So
they don't like the idea of me doing anything.
That's how they got there. So
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
And then guys have their requirements. You know, everybody have their sexual. Guys know what type of woman, you know, physically is gonna turn them on and what's not. You know, it is what it is.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. You know, I mean, that's why I asked the question earlier. Like, you know, limitations. What are your limitations? You know, just like that. I don't have no limitations. In the bedroom, just don't bring no goat, no animals in the bedroom.
No bestiality.
Right.
Okay.
No bestiality, or not even just that, Starr, but I don't want no animals looking at us having sex.
Oh no, me either.
Oh,
My dog go in the cage. I'm like, you going in your room, sir.
Yeah, that's nasty.
That's very nasty.
I was in a situation like that before, and I literally got up and left and never called him again.
What he brought in a goat in the room or what?
It was like a bulldog. I think I'm saying it right. Like, and the dog wouldn't leave, and it was just like, it seemed like it was a routine. Like he would come in every time. And I was just like,
that's very
not
true.
on my dime, honey.
Right.
Shout out to the Georgia Bulldogs, by the way. That's why I'm wearing red. That's why I'm wearing red this morning. Even though I don't have the Georgia Bulldog logo on there. Shout out to them.
Ladies,
you know, just a sidebar.
Do a man ever say to you, this is how you know if a man have they not really good down there? He'll say, oh, I ain't never had no complaints. Well, my head game is straight. Soon they talk about that, and you know their ass ain't got nothing.
They expose. Once they say that, you're automatically exposed.
Immediately. Well, my head game good, don't. Okay.
Let me be the judge of that, sir.
Right.
No, I haven't had that experience.
I mean, I would ask him. I would ask the dude, "How do you know?" Go ahead and give yourself some head.
Right.
Have you ever?
Anybody who brags is usually the worst ones. When somebody says anything, I be wanting to just stop.
Complaints. Yeah, you did.
Right.
I tell ladies, hey, I'm certified by the BBB, the Better Business Bureau. So.
God.
I'm gonna stop talking to you after you say that. I'm like, he's out. He already know.
I'm just saying. So Wanda, to the conversation, the do's and don'ts. Were there things that you heard on Wednesday night show? Were there things that you heard that you disagreed with, or that you felt like, I don't think that is a good do, or that's a good don't?
It was a lot of good advice. One thing that stood out to me, is it KG? I think that was his name.
KB.
When he had said that women, you just need to start. You need to take out time for yourself. Because a lot of times when we rush in and we date, we're in a dating scene, we never take our time for ourselves. You have to love yourself enough to be able to care for somebody else like you want to be cared for. If you have all these issues of insecurity with yourself, it's going to be hard for you to get and find that mate that you really want, because now you have an instance. When he said that to me, I'm like, okay, I get that, because in the past, not now, when I was younger, I had insecurities. I was dark skinned, I was real skinny, and the light skinned girls was always the ones that was getting picked when I was growing up. But now in our day and age, what they're doing, they're getting the suntans now, they're getting their lips big, you know what I'm saying? So I'm looking like, okay, but back then it was like, okay, but now you have to love, I just feel like you have to love yourself. If you're going to find that person that you want, you have to care for yourself enough to be able to give back the reciprocate. So that was something he said I was really, that took me there, so.
Yeah. And he's actually one of the guys that, by the way, just a side note, the person we're talking about is KB from Dating Explained and Happy Accidents Media. He had a dating game show that I was on too. So I just wanted to throw that out there. Lastly, because we're getting ready to wrap up the show, from the do's and don'ts episode on the mental space, couple of do's and don'ts for all my single people out there. The don't to me is don't get into the dating pool and you don't have your stuff together.
Absolutely. And that's
yeah. And I'm talking about all areas.
Yes.
Mentally, financially, spiritually.
Yeah.
Because I made a short comment about people that don't have their finances together, right? And you can work at McDonald's or anywhere that is entry level and still be good. Right. Still be good because you're working towards something. But if you're in a situation where you are unemployed, hell, you're not even living off of government assistance. What I noticed is that in my past dating situations, there have been some people that I've dated who became very moody. Mm-hmm. And they've been moody for a reason because they didn't get that job. They didn't get that job interview. They've been rejected. Their finances are not straight and everything. And that spills into the dating place that we in. That spills into the relationship that we in. So now it's like, okay, every time I talk to you, it's very melancholy because you have other stuff on your mind. You're trying to figure out how you're going to pay these bills the next day. Right. So, your focus need to be on your priorities than on dating.
I agree 100%. And I definitely talk about that as well. That is very, very important.
Yeah. If you don't got no money to take me out, let me ask me to go out.
Well, I need to be able to take care of myself because I feel like the man coming into my life is providing extra. Like I don't want to be a dependent. Yes. The power balance is off from the get-go. Even if he is a Captain Save-A-Ho, that's gonna throw off the whole relationship, and that can lead to some toxic stuff that you don't even really need to be dealing with. So definitely, I definitely tell women, don't date until you have your finances in order. And it doesn't mean that you have to be rich or, like you said, you could be working at McDonald's. Just as long as you can pay your bills and take care of yourself, you're good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, or hell, at least know how to. Another do really quick is learn a survival skill. Mm-hmm. You learn a survival skill when you go into the dating scene. There's some women out there that don't know how to cook. There's a difference between don't know how to cook and don't want to cook. Mm-hmm. You need to learn because that cooking is a survival skill for both parties, for both men and women.
Absolutely. I call that building your own net worth.
Exactly.
Those things.
Yeah. Well, that's one thing. And then my last one
for the man come out all the time. The women that don't know how to cook is the ones that want a man to do everything, take them out to eat every time they go on a date. It ain't no home cooked meals, nothing like that. So definitely got to know how to cook.
Yeah, ladies, don't pretend like you made that and that happens to be a microwavable meal that you got from the dollar store, ladies. Last but not least, make sure that before you go into the dating world is that you have gotten some mental help. Some mental health assistance, help, therapy, something. Everybody's going through something these days, but there's no need to take your anger out on that person that you're dating because you have not come to terms with your own trauma or with your own mental health issues.
Right. Yeah. Very, very important. People don't want to get that memo, but I'm glad that you're reiterating that as well. It's so important.
Got to. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So those are my quick do's and don'ts. All right, Starr. We done took the words out of your mouth already.
Y'all spoke on a lot of different things because I feel like do go in mentally ready to date. Some people mentally and emotionally do go in mentally and emotionally healthy when it comes to dating, because if you don't, then you have unrealistic expectations or you are expecting things to go a certain way based off of past emotions and vibes and history, which in those things do matter as far as when you choose a mate. But I'm starting to notice people kind of start to be very pessimistic and negative thinking because of their past when they go into the dating scene, and then they kind of set themselves up for failure. Like if you go in there with a negative attitude, your dates might be just turn out goddamn negative, that type of situation. So And do go in with a positive mindset, like a positive attitude, like when you date. I like to date. My expectation is to just be free and have fun. Like, and for me going in with that type of energy, I tend to allow the man to let him take his hat off, what's the thing, unloose his tie, let him relax a little bit, and then he can open up a little bit more. Do not go in dating initially with such high expectations. I feel like the first date, one date or two, go with the flow, because really, if you chill and relax a little bit, you're gonna get the answers you need anyway. You're gonna get what you're looking for and what you're not looking for if you're relaxed enough, because people tend to be a little bit more open when they notice that it's not so much pressure on them. So, yeah.
Tell me you live with your cousin, though.
What you say?
I don't want to hear you live. I don't want to meet no 40-year-old man living with their cousins. I just don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want nobody that got roommates 40-some years. I share a room. There's different when your kid is at home, because sometimes your kids got to come home or you trying to set them up. That's different. But when you're telling me you 40-some years old and you got a roommate, I understand the life is rough out here, but I don't want to meet no man that got little. They said, well, yeah, I'm staying with my sister for right now. I'm just waiting for my apartment to be ready next month. The next month come around, you still at your sister's house. I don't know. Okay.
You got some stories, Wanda, don't you?
I do.
I keep it moving though. You tell me, I'm like, man, yeah.
That's why
the man ain't got no car. You gonna lift and Uber everywhere we go? I mean,
yeah.
What? I don't want that either. So don't come telling me you ain't got no car, because I ain't gonna go out with you. So.
But see, that's why I said, remember, Wanda, when you were saying, like, don't be telling me all your problems. I say, do tell me that you're married but separated. Do tell me that you have 5 kids, 4 different baby mamas. Do tell me that your means of transportation is the bus, the train. Do tell me.
I get
at the beginning.
I get that part. I get that. That's when you get to know somebody. But on my first initial conversation with you, and we exchange numbers, I meet y'all, or we exchange numbers. And
I get what you're saying.
You come telling me, oh man, I'm messed. When I hear anything about fine, oh man, I'm kind of messed up right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm living over here at my brother's house, and I gotta go see my parolee this weekend. And I'm good. I mean, I just think some things you keep to yourself, and then deal with a person. Then let me fill you out first. Then I choose it, because some women might want to stay with somebody that's just got out of prison.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
If he got that good D.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody. But if I'm looking at, because of age, you know what, Sean? I don't have. If I show you this phone and how many dick pics I got in this phone with big ass dicks, that does not mean.
I don't think I want to see them right now,
I'm just saying, I am one of the women. I'm asking because of me sexually. If I get to know, I don't put my mouth on everybody, but if I really feeling somebody and I like them, I'm nasty. I'm a little nasty. So you know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, let's see. If you ain't got nothing that I can hit the back of my throat like Cardi B, I don't even want it.
The Lord said, enough of this.
Whoa.
Like phone got dropped.
Whoa.
But anyway, that's just me, because who I am, my personality, I speak what's on my mind. I mean, I don't hold nothing back, but it is what it is. It's everything.
She's more than a comedian, ladies and gentlemen. She's Wanda Davis. And she's gonna tell it like it is.
AKA.
AKA.
Tell them, Wanda. Tell them, Wanda.
Confusion. They know up front. No confusion.
Not whatsoever. They're like, girl, you serious? I'm like, no, yeah, I'm serious. Yeah, it ain't enough. Keep it moving. I have a lot to offer. I have a lot to offer as a woman. I have a beautiful home. I got good finances. I run a company. I'm a production manager of $1 billion company. I got over 1,300 employees under me. So I do my thing. You know what I'm saying? I do my thing. So yes, I have expectations.
That's right.
Because I have settled for, when I was people that didn't have no ambition or don't have no business mind. I need to date somebody that has a business mind. You got to have a business mind to deal with a person like me. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I got my expectation, and I don't want nobody that's under 7 inches. Sorry. I mean, I'm just saying.
I ain't mad at you, girl.
It is what it is.
Let's say Wanda Davis, fellas, she is sexy now. I will say that. She is sexy. She came correct on the morning show.
That's
so you gotta
chocolate.
she came correct. Yeah, sexy chocolate.
All
sexy
right.
chocolate. So hey, if she came correct, y'all fellas gotta come correct too now.
I was trying to the thing they were saying on the show with women, that's what Alicia said. Now that's what I don't agree with. Alicia said she is not gonna approach no man, that she's not gonna be the first one to approach somebody. If I see somebody that catch me, I'm like, what happened? I'm asking, what's up? I'm not scared to talk to no man. Like, I'm a biggest flirt in the world. I'm not scared to talk to no man, because the day and age we live in 2023, you cannot sit back and be like, wait for somebody to say something to you. If I see something, I'm like, I'm saying something. So I'm out. I see Sean that thing. The bartender ain't getting him no drink. He just sitting there like a little lonely, like, dang, he getting no drink. I'm like, get this man a drink. So I ain't paying no attention to me. I said, that's okay. I got on the radio station though.
You know, she's talking about me though, right? Yeah. Listen.
I don't look like a deacon, that thing. You look like a little young deacon. I was like, okay, I see you, Sean. I had to look.
Hey, look, I had my pimp hat on and everything. How about that? You know, I had on the same hat that Tinisha had on her book cover.
It was pimped out.
Yeah. I thought Wanda was gonna buy me a drink. I was like, oh, okay.
That's what I think. You couldn't have thought that. I got the owner. Look, I got the owner to make sure he got him a drink. I wouldn't have got the owner.
I was at the bar. Yeah, I was at the bar for like a good 15 minutes. I'm like, what is going on here? I've already came to the event late. You know, I was like an hour late. And the person that I was with, shout out to Sharia Thomas, a part of the Beat Break Morning Show. She wanted a glass of wine. I wanted whiskey. Came to the bar. And I understand waitresses and bartenders, y'all gotta serve people. It's a hard job. It's not an easy job. Y'all gotta serve everybody. But damn, like, y'all had a brother waiting for 15 minutes for 2 drinks.
Yeah.
But those drinks were free though.
But that's all because of me though. That was because of me. I wouldn't have got the owner and said, I need to get him a drink.
See? Yeah. Now see, that's a turn on. That's a turn on right there. That's attractive. When a woman says something like, hey, y'all need to get this dude a drink. What's going on? What's wrong with y'all?
So can I ask you, Sean? I got a question on the subject, and I know you're trying to wrap it up, but I'm curious. How do you feel about women? You like women approaching you, or how do you feel about that? Do you have a preference? I'm just curious about that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's a great question. That's a great question. So I'm like this. Because I thought about this the other day, and I'm glad you asked me that question. So I have a certain type of vibe, an energy vibe. I'm a very neo-soul type of person, right? And I go for a woman who's sultry, soulful, you know, down to earth. If I see a woman that's like on that vibe or whatever, I'm the person that approaches. I'm going to approach. But if it's a woman that comes off very high maintenance, I don't even need to go any further than that, just high maintenance. I'm not going to approach her. I would rather for that woman to approach me, because there's something that you like about me, despite the fact that you come off high maintenance.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's all about the energy.
Okay.
So I personally, I myself and my daughters, because they're, raised by me, we don't believe in approaching men, because it to me, it feels like it shifts the power dynamics. And I feel like if I am approaching you, then next I have to court you, and I ain't gonna do that. I like a man to prove to me that he's interested in me specifically. So if this ever do, especially really nice looking dude, if it's ever a thing where if I don't get approached, then I'm never going to meet him, I'm cool with not meeting him, because the one that's for me is going to be, and I know I give off really powerful energy when I'm out, I really do. And so I know that it takes some balls, to put it nicely, just to approach me. And so when a man has the courage to approach me, and it's not easy for men to approach. So I treat everybody with respect. I don't care what you look like. I'm going to be very respectful. So when they do approach me, I know that it took guts to do that, and I respect that. So, but that's just, how I operate, because, I'm trying to hold on to that power dynamic. You pursuing me, you're going to be pursuing me. It's never going to be a time where I'm pursuing you. I'll show mutual interest. But yeah.
Is there a signal that you give off though to give that man the green light, or give that man an invitation to come and approach you?
I saw me in action because somebody had the camera on me one time. Yeah, I do a lot of batting my eyelashes. I had no idea I did this stuff. I tilt my head to the side. I smile a lot when I like guys. And when I saw me doing that shit, I'm like, I'm flirting, and it just comes natural. I'm like, I'm a big ass flirt. No wonder these little boys keep trying to talk to me. I kept wondering why I kept having young guys talk to me. I'm just smiling and, batting my eyelashes. So yeah, I think that's the energy that I come off pretty friendly, I guess, but still powerful is what I've been told.
Well, see, that's what I mean. Not flirting. I'm a flirt. If I see somebody looking at me and they staring at me, I'm like, hey, I do that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It ain't necessarily me giving you, they taking the power or that. I'd be like, okay, cute, hey, how you doing? You know what I'm saying? If they give me that same energy though, that same energy, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Now, I don't see somebody in some great sweats though, honestly.
we got. Well, I know we're getting ready to wrap up, but because you brought up, because you brought up this combo, we gotta go to you, Starr. You know what happened that one time? I didn't forget. We were at ATL Monticello, and it was me, you, one of your friends, and the guy came to the table with the Dwayne Wade glasses on, and you gave him the business. It just went left from there.
Oh wow!
Remind the people, remind the guests that we have what happened, because this guy did approach you. This guy did approach you now.
To be honest with you, it was such a horrible experience that I suppressed it and forgot about that because it was beyond life. Like, it was all wrong. Like, he was sizing me up before I even got words out of my mouth, telling me what type of woman I am and how I ain't gonna have no man because I want this and I want that and he this. And it was just beyond life, confusing. And Sean was about to come in and be like, hold up. But I told Sean, I said, no, because I want to hear what he has to say. Because at the end of the day, he's saying some crazy and I'm trying to figure out where it's all coming from, because I didn't approach you, you approached me. And then I think something was wrong with him.
Clearly.
I really felt like I was in the twilight zone.
This was his way of trying to talk to you? I'm confused.
He was trying to talk to me, but it was the way that he approached the whole situation.
Let me help you out. So when you didn't want to pursue anything with the dude, because obviously you didn't give the dude your number. You shot him down eventually. You shot him down, but he kept talking to you, right? So instead of him walking away, he was like, man, you know what? See, this is the problem with y'all black women today. The problem with y'all black women today is that y'all shoot brothers down without giving them a chance. Y'all overlook us good guys. See, that's why y'all single. That's why y'all single. Y'all bitter. That's why y'all always gonna be alone.
He was talking about himself.
He was. He was telling me how I ain't got no car and no house, and
wow. Yeah,
I was just like, how did you figure this all out in just 5 seconds.
I haven't had that experience yet. My sister had, and I'm like, this guy told her, he tried to talk to her, then he told her, well, you old and you this and that and that. And I'm like, how is that gonna make you want to talk to him? Like, how, what, where are they getting this new game players book from? I don't get it.
I guess they be feeling played, but my whole thing was I wasn't rude, I wasn't disrespectful. I actually heard him out, and I just let him know, you know, I wasn't interested in him in that manner. Like,
and I don't know why some people take it so personal. He don't know what's going on in your world. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand that at all.
Yeah, he went in on my ass though.
You were just listening. Like, okay.
Yeah, I give him points for being courageous, but I can't give him no points for that, you know, for not just simply just walking away and just taking it for what it is. You know, we've all been rejected before. He acted as if he never been rejected, and that, oh, you know, nobody can reject me. I'm such and such.
That's because he's rejected a lot.
He don't got rejected
because he an a-hole. It's
I don't know people all the time, so shit.
Man.
Oh boy, man, what a great show! What a great show, ladies. Great morning show. Big shout out to James Pendergrass from Too Hot to Handle season 4 on Netflix. Check it out right now. Binge watch it. Don't only just watch season 4, but watch all seasons. Season 1, 2, 3, and 4. Too Hot to Handle. Yeah, indeed.
Thanks for having me, Sean. This was a lot of fun, ladies and everyone. I enjoyed myself.
Yeah.
Yes, the book. Yeah, the book Pimpette Chronicles, by the way, too, is available out right now. Where can people go and support you?
You can find the book on Amazon, and you can also go to my website, which is pimpetchronicles.com, and also on Facebook. And I'm not really big on the Instagram. Instagram is like that to me, but I also have a TikTok that I just started a little while ago. So you can follow me on TikTok. Yeah, pretty much everywhere.
Is this going to turn into a movie, by the way? Are we going to see something else come out of this book?
That is the goal, because as you know, I am a filmmaker. You know, I'm an award-winning filmmaker. I've worked on a lot of projects, but nothing too huge because I'm in Michigan. But my goal is to have this be a series, you know, a television show or something like that. So that is
put me in it, girl.
Right. So yeah, so much more to come. I feel like I was really very calm in the first one, but book 2 is like really off the hook. I'm like, oh, this getting a little sexy in here. I don't know where this shit come from. I just be writing. I think I got multiple personalities, but that's a whole nother show. But yeah, thanks for having me.
Y'all go and support the sister, man. Tinisha, Pimpette Chronicles available out right now. Thank you so much. Wanda Davis, you got some stuff coming up 2023. You know, very big comedy career. Definitely. What else you got coming up in 2023?
Well, I have a Valentine's brunch that I am doing.
Yep.
At Firefly Bar and Grill, which is going to be coming up. If y'all follow me on Blase 2, the link is in my bio to buy tickets. And I just picked up another, or actually 2 more clubs. I got grown folks that I'm going to be doing, and Lounge 2015 I will be doing live music and also comedy act.
I love it. You know, Valentine's Day is just around the corner too. All right, so you know, definitely go get your tickets.
Hope everybody find some love by then.
Yeah, and if they can't, you know, there's opening slot on Too Hot to Handle, season 5. All right, and Starr Keels, what you got coming up?
I have something coming up. Don't want to expose it as of yet. I'll just say that I am auditioning for some things. So we'll see how it goes. I'm literally putting myself back out there. I act just adjust. I've always wanted to act. I was acting when I was a little bit younger, and then life happened. So now I am back out there, putting myself back out there into the world.
That's what
Y'all keep good energy for me so I can.
you got it. You got it. Manifest. You got it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. 100%. Of course, I am in the process of going back into pre-production for my podcast scripted series called Unemployment. So we're going into production for that very, very soon in 2023. Also, like I said, the mental space, WAOK 1380, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Wednesday nights on News and Talk 1380 WAOK. And of course, you know, we got a big announcement in a few days that we're gonna make on the morning show in just a couple of days. So stay tuned for that, man. It just got so much stuff going on. You know, of course, we're counting down to my birthday, Aquarius season.
Hey, when's your birthday?
January 30th.
Hey,
That's what's up.
Yep. Your boy going back to the strip club. No, I'm just joking.
Well, if you are,
That's where I
I
was at on New Year.
Wait, say that again?
No,
She
I
said
said,
that's where she was New Year's, but I
That's
said
where I
if
was
you
at
are,
there.
take me with you. I'm on to come.
that KOD
Oh, yeah.
on New Year's Eve. That's where I brought
There you
brought it in at the strip club. Me and some family and some friends.
Mm.
We partied though.
What
We-
strip club
See
you go
next
to?
time.
What
We
strip
was
club you went to?
I went to Kings of Diamonds.
Kings of Diamonds?
Yeah,
Okay.
real nice.
All
Real
right.
nice.
All right. That's what's up. That's what's up, man. Yeah, I'm trying. So I don't know. I trying to retire from the strip club, you know, trying to retire.
I'll never retire from the strip club.
The strip club is on Instagram now. It's on Instagram and OnlyFans. So yeah. I'm just saying.
Where's the Facebook people that now they could be ass naked down on Facebook on their stories? I'm like, where's the hell? I've been seeing that.
Really?
Man,
Yeah, have anybody seen that? Like people's stories.
I have.
Like-
I've seen everything under the sun. I've seen everything under the sun.
But I didn't think Facebook allowed that. But wow, they do though.
Yeah. You ain't seen nothing yet. Wait till the metaverse go into full effect.
Right.
Hmm.
Yeah.
God help.
It's gonna be too hot to handle. All right, y'all. We getting ready to get up out of here at Sean Garvey ATL on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook at Sean Garvey, and of course at Beat Break Radio, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and SeanGarveyOnline.com, BeatBreakRadioFM.com, and ReachOneNetwork.tv. We're all over the place, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So shout out to DJ Rollum who couldn't make it this morning on the Beat Break Morning Show. Shout out to DJ Rollum and shout out to everybody. Thank you all so much for tuning in to the Beat Break Morning Show. Tell a friend to listen to the Beat Break Morning Show. 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. on Beat Break 87 FM. Tune in. Reach One Network, the Flow Television Network, and 101 The Vibe FM. We are everywhere. All right, ladies, it has been fun. It has been real. And I'm going to go and watch the rest of Too Hot to Handle.
Are you?
I'm just going to watch the ladies. I mean, you know, the fellas are attracted too, but I'm definitely here for the ladies.
Might check it out.
Yeah.
Have a good one, everyone.
We'll watch it too. Now that you say I'm gonna just if I can see the young man.
you just watch it because of James. Hey. Yeah.
No, I just want to see because I met him, so I want to see, what he got going on. That's all.
Yeah.
I can't never look at him. He a kid, so.
I'm gonna look at him.
Tell me what you see, girl, because I can't look myself. Just tell me.
All right, and on that note,
right,
we are out of here. Stay tuned for our Street Anthems mix with DJ Will Money coming up. It's the Beat Break Morning Show. Y'all keep it up.
All right, everybody. Nice meeting you, ladies.
It was
Bye-bye.
a pleasure.
All right. Beat over and done.
Bye.
Bye. There you go.